for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. We're learning more about what happened after an F-15 fighter jet was shot down over Iran. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
U.S. officials tell CBS News the search and rescue mission began soon after the F-15E was shot down. An A-10 Warthog was part of the search. It took fire and was damaged. Its pilot ejected over the Persian Gulf and was rescued. 2 helicopters taking part in the search successfully rescued the F-15 pilot who had ejected. The helicopter carrying the pilot was then hit by small arms fire, wounding crew members. The helicopter landed safely. The service members are being treated. The search continues for the second crew member on the F-15, a weapons systems officer.
In a first for a pontiff, Pope Leo will carry the wooden cross through all 14 stations of the Way of the Cross at the Colosseum. Earlier, he presided over Good Friday service.
Protect me, your unworthy servant, that the Christian people entrusted to my pastoral care may grow in merit by reason of their faith.
The U.S. economy posted unexpectedly high job gains in March, with 178,000 jobs added. But CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says there are some sectors that are still losing jobs.
In terms of job losses, we continue to see the federal government lose positions, 18,000 fewer positions in the month of March. Since peaking in October of 2024, there are now 355,000 fewer federal government jobs. That's an 11.8% drop.
Good news for the Artemis II crew because of the success of last night's key engine burn. Artemis II Ascent Flight Director Judd Freeling announces.
We had planned today a trajectory correction burn for OTC-1 is what it's called, orbital trajectory correction. The systems are doing so well, navigation and propulsion systems together, that was not needed, so we'll roll that in to the next planned trajectory correction tomorrow.
President Trump releases his 2027 budget. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
The budget, which reflects President Trump's spending priorities, requests $1.5 trillion in defense spending, or a 44% increase from the previous budget. It includes money for the president's Golden Dome missile defense, a 5 to 7% pay raise for troops, and more funding for shipbuilding, ICE, and immigration detention beds. It continues cuts to the Department of Education. It also cuts $1.4 billion from the IRS and $15.8 billion from health programs, while it also reduces heating assistance and homeless programs. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here?
How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
Coming up, an update on a shocking and troubling story at Guaymas Island. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. In Bellevue, it looks like we've got a new collision just past I-90. No details coming in yet, but traffic is bumper to bumper between Coal Creek Parkway and Southeast 8th. And then South 405, you're packed through that same location as well. Here in Seattle, it's a half-hour drive through downtown Seattle, northbound I-5. Scattered backups starting before the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, it's heavy coming out of Northgate down to Mercer. Linwood to Seattle is going to take you 25 minutes. The drive to Everett from both Bellevue and Seattle looking good right now. Once you get into Everett, though, North 5, it's crowded from the Boeing Freeway up to 529. Everett to Marysville, plan on a 15-minute drive. The Valley Freeway is packed southbound between State Route 18 and Sumner. And Tacoma to Olympia, pushing 55 minutes. We've got backups to JBLM and again between Lacey and Olympia. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. It is a troubling investigation that is keeping investigators up at night in Skagit County.
Fighting back tears and anger and all of the above.
Chief Olivia Cole with Skagit County Fire says they have discovered at least 20 dead canines that have washed ashore on Guaymas Island since last week. Sheriff's Lieutenant Jeff Willard tells KIRO 7 TV.
It looks like, since they were all washing up kind of together, that may have been dumped all together.
Willard says those remains have shown signs of intentional harm. Autopsies are now being conducted. Kitsap County deputies say they need your help identifying a man caught on surveillance video standing at the bedroom window of a 6-year-old girl. This happened in the middle of the night last Saturday in an apartment complex in Silverdale. Sheriff spokesperson Kevin McCarty.
He is certainly prowling through the apartment complex in the very early morning hours, and then he stops to look in the window of a little girl and may have actually tried to open that window.
You can see pictures of that man at mynorthwest.com. Call 911 if you recognize him. Washington is suing the federal government over a new executive order on voting. Among other things, the order calls on Homeland Security to compile a list of verified U.S. citizens eligible to vote in each state. Washington Attorney General Nick Brown.
The Constitution makes clear that states and Congress control how elections are run. The president has no authority in this space. He doesn't get to decide.
23 other states have signed on to the lawsuits. Continuing to watch the price of gas rise across our states, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
The average across Washington, $5.37 a gallon for regular gasoline, $6.73 for diesel. Patrick DeHaan, a petroleum analyst at Gas Buddy, says Americans have spent $10 billion extra on gas since the U.S. attacks on Iran. And
today's tally adds another $430 million to that $10 billion number. In fact, it was today's increase that pushed us beyond that $10 billion mark.
Also, gas stations in about a dozen states in the Midwest are expected to raise their prices 40 cents in one day. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Now to your weather updates. Seeing some mostly sunny skies today, some clouds as well, but we are staying dry all the way through the weekend. Could see some 70s in the next few days as well. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line.
Yes.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, John, this is 360 Bunker Boy.
Yes,
hey,
Bunker
do you
Boy.
think this next moon landing is going to be as fake as the last one? Cheers.
Oh, God. Oh, my.
What do you say? I missed it.
Yeah, you think this moon landing is going to be as fake as the last one? We're not landing on the moon. We're flying around it this time. Who's that annoying scientist guy that everybody always goes to all the time?
Bill Nye?
No, he's not more. Well, who is it? Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah. When people are like, did you really think we went to the moon? And he does that sort of dismissive thing.
What does he do?
He's like, if you think we did not go to the moon, then you are a fool. Just that kind of thing.
That's very dismissive.
Yeah. So come on now. Just open mind on all this stuff. YouTube Bunker Boy diving into the news. Here we go. Is this all the news? Give us the news or give us who? Give us... No. On this day. And the crowd says...
Barabbas.
Give us Barabbas.
Yes.
All right, I was thinking. Well, that's going to fit in. Thank you, Joe. Leading us right into what I was thinking. That's coming up. Can't tell you more than that. Plus, Charlie Kirk, I spent 3 hours yesterday doing this because Joe told me to look into it. And I realized I went into the rabbit hole. There is an exit to the rabbit hole, which then leads you to a thing called reality.
Oh, man.
So I'm slowly getting there. But then I backed out of the rabbit hole. I went back in again. Hung out. I ate some of the charcuterie board and then got back out to my side of reality. But the more and more weird stuff coming out on the Charlie Kirk assassination, and it doesn't seem to all fit. Plus, NASA shares photos of Earth. Can we be seen from here? I hope so. And says hello world. And then here we go back into the rabbit hole. By the way, you're going to have live coast-to-coast music standing nearby. So this guy is he the representative? Is he from Louisiana or Tennessee?
I think Louisiana.
Louisiana, yeah. So he says, talking about what he has seen, which I could never be a congressperson for this reason. He's like, well, look, I got to tell you right now, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but they have a program that has aliens breeding with humans, but I can't tell you much more than that. I'm not allowed. I mean, I would be like, Look, I don't care about, whatever I told
Yeah,
everybody.
you are not the world's best secret keeper.
No, I'd have to go, hypothetically speaking, you're getting it on with an alien. Right? But he's like, I can't tell you much. Tell us all you give us that.
Come on.
But apparently next week they're going to, I guess.
Things.
Yes, because they're going to be, these alien hybrids will be on Dancing with the Stars because they've run out of everybody else.
Nice.
Wow, that's a tease.
A pop culture reference.
Pretty sure that's still on.
I hope so. And then, the state of Washington just can't get enough of your money, so they decided, well, what they wanted to do is, gold and paper dollars. Basically, gold is currency, and your dollars are currency. But they came along and said, well, we're going to tax it. So if you buy gold or silver from another state and then you have it come into the state of Washington, the Republic of Washington, then they tax it. So this guy, his family has been living here for 125 years. He's been into the gold business, gold and silver exchange, for how many years? Eric's family?
I think 50.
Yeah, and he's done. Gone. Closing up shop. And he'll be joining us. That's just another one. But apparently, as all our legislators said, we see no evidence of anybody leaving.
Oh, he left.
He's gone. Heading off to Coeur d'Alene. If you bought a car in the last, I think, 6 years, probably 6 years, our friend, Best Buyers, who was on yesterday, is going to show you the 7 steps that you need to take so that the government and the car dealer and data buyers and just about everybody else can't follow you. And she thought she had all the steps done, and then she gets on her phone, and there's a few more ways to go. It's very simple, though. It takes about 1 minute, and all of a sudden you are just driving your car without anybody caring where you're going, including the insurance company and the car dealer and the person that made the car and everybody else. And then Joe has in here 47, something fun.
I figured it out.
What is it?
I can't tell you yet.
Well, I gotta have
that's a tease.
Some idea. and at 4:47, something fun.
Yes. Oh, you want details?
Is it something like about a UFO or something?
No, there was a big change in the radio landscape here in Seattle, and people are asking us about it, and I got answers, so why not? It's fun.
There we go. All right, we'll take all that. Excuse my way. A little Zin problem there I had to get rid of. Okay. All righty. Let's see. I was thinking. Today is Good Friday for Catholics. You probably know that. I'm going to read something. It was only Luke that had this part of Jesus' life and the end of his life. So this is from the King James Version, if those of you are following along. Luke 23 to 33. 46. It goes like this. And when they were to come to the place which is called Calvary, there they crucified him, and the malefactors, one on one side and the one on the other side, they said, Jesus, forgive us and forgive them, for they know not what they do. Father, forgive them. And they parted his remnants, and they cast his lot. The people stood beholding, and the rulers also with them, deriding him, saying, save yourself. Let him save yourself. If you be Christ, if you be the chosen one, then save yourself. The soldiers also mocked him, coming before him, offering him vinegar, and saying, if thou be the King of the Jews, then save yourself. The superscription also was written over him in letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew. It read, this is the King of the Jews. And one of the malefactors, which were hanging, railed on him, saying, if thou be Christ, save us, save thyself and save us. And the other answering rebuked him, saying, dost not thou fear God, seeing thou art in same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds, but this man has done nothing amiss. And said unto him, Jesus, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. And it was in the 6th hour, and the darkness fell over the earth until the 9th hour, and the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst, when Jesus cried with a loud voice and said, Father, into thy hands I condemn thy spirit. And having said this, he gave up the ghost. So Jesus is there on the cross. We are, as we read in the Bible, there's one thief on one side, one on the other, the guy on the left, the guy on the right. The guy to the left of Christ is saying, if you save yourself, if you're Christ, save all of us, get us off this. And the guy on the right says, he doesn't deserve to be here, and remember me. And Christ says, I will. All right. So, Jesus could have, as we are taught, and I learned because I'm a devout Catholic, could have easily saved himself and anybody else who was anywhere nearby, but that was not his purpose. He was there to die for our sins, to defeat death, to rise from the dead 3 days after on Easter Sunday. That is what we celebrate. So it was his purpose on earth that had been fulfilled. And I had a weird, strange feeling. I mean, certainly nothing even close to this. Just a strange feeling of that part of my life had been completed. And it happened on a Saturday. I was sitting there in Cle Elum, drinking a cup of coffee. It's 10:15 in the morning, and I'm listening to the radio. Got the radio on there, and I listened for this.
We'll do it all again next Saturday, but be sure to tune in bright and early, 8 o'clock on Monday. Jeff Conwell's got you covered. I'm Rye Curley. Be kind, be strong, and be funny when you can.
And I went, that's it. I yelled out, Nick, that's it. I've done it. I have completed my purpose, my mission on this earth. My kid is great. My daughter just flew to Australia to get an award for working for Canva. I said, I am finished. I could die right now, and I would be okay with it. And she comes running around the kitchen. If you die now, I'll kill you. I will. If you die, I swear to God, if you die now, I will punch you in your coffin. What about me? Why don't you live for me? I said, Nick, I will, but I'm just telling you, as a father, I feel like my life, I did it. I did it. If we are fortunate enough to view time and contemplate when it is going to end and how we want it to end, I will demonstrate that for you. This is the voice of my father. This is a diagnosis that he got, and you're going to be able to hear him explain the math. He's going to do some math here for you. Now realize that he refers to me as Michael. This is the message that he left for me. What was it? 2017. And for some reason, it won't play. It shows all red, Joe. You see that? Look at that. I did this. Won't play for me. You see it?
I see it. Hang on.
Oh, hold on, everybody.
Michael, just got the results from the lab, and it's cancer, and it's the fast type. So I told them in the take maybe 3 months to live, but I don't want any heavy lifting, and I've told them that no chemo, none of this crap. Pretend they can keep you here for another 5 years. No, sir. No, it's just all no heavy lifting. That's it. Good that your plans are. I guess they're still same. Come out on Sunday and we'll say goodbye. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Pragmatic man. Just looked at the numbers, realized it wasn't worth it. Come on down on Sunday, we'll say goodbye. So do you stay and fight? Do you live for others? You pay attention to others? Or are you doing it for yourself, living just for yourself? If you're lucky, you get a chance to actually do some math and figure out if it's all worth it. Is it worth the amount of pain that will go into those last few months or years, whatever it is that you have to live for? You stay and fight, live on for somebody else, do it for yourself. The doctors will be brought in, and they'll go through the protocols, the infusions, the adverse reactions, the best guesses over time and percentages. Maybe they'll lean in on their chair, they'll adjust their lab coat when they're asked the big question. They'll fumble with their pen and try to make eye contact as sincerely as possible with anybody that is within earshot. They'll clear their throat. Well, I have seen many other patients of your age with a similar stage of this disease, and with proper treatment, and you appear strong, maybe 1 to 2 years. Then the patient, and only the patient, but the other people that hear this are shocked, of course, but it is the patient that starts to do the math, the same math that my dad did. So here's what happens. You start with the years, you subtract the pain, and you find the remainder. That's the way it works. My father did that. He said, heavy lifting, no, not worth it. They said you can give you this and give you that. It's just not worth it. I'm not going to bother doing it. So you get the factor, you get the remainder. It's pain and time. But there's one other part to it. It is the denominator. This is what Jesus talked about. This is what my dad looked at. The denominator is life lived. Purpose or mission fulfilled or unsatisfied. That's why I was able to cheer out from the chair. I did it. I'm done. My kids are okay. I bring this up today, and it's ironic that it's coming today, especially on this Good Friday. I've got two friends. Both have incurable cancer. Both are doing the equations in their head. Now, my one friend has chosen to do nothing. Treatment plus pain plus time equals 0. And when he told me about his plan, I saw him run his hand over the tumor. Just like my dad said he's not going to do any heavy lifting, my friend's going to do no heavy lifting. He knows that his time is coming to an end sooner or later, and he has the power to choose. He's at peace with all that because his purpose is completed. He's had a great life. Now, my other friend is still fighting, enduring all the seamless, endless medical interventions that leave her body racked with pain, but she endures to complete her purpose. I don't ask what it is. It's not my right to even question. And why? How could I even understand what her purpose is? It is so much her own journey. The sands of the hourglass. It has room for only a few grains of sand at a time as it falls in a single second. So I asked ChatGPT to do the math for me, and it comes back with this. A large decorative hourglass, which could be purchased at most stores for under $50, has 1 million grains of sand. 150 grains will fall in a single second. You can sit and you can count them. You can watch them fall and gather at the bottom, eyeing the remaining sands that are to fall, paralyzed by regret and remorse, left with that worthless, bitter taste of self-hatred on the end of your tongue. But as Shakespeare in Hamlet said in Act 5, Scene 2, near the end, when Hamlet is thinking about the duel, Hamlet says, readiness is all. Best to be ready. Knowing your purpose, be a harsh judge of your efforts, and if it's to be a good father, to be your best. If it's to be a good husband, be your best. A wife, a father, a mother, a friend, a sister, be your best. And if you are given the math, and you're doing it, pain plus time, may the denominator of how much effort you put into fulfilling your purpose be 100%. Have a good Friday. Bong. It's so ironic that I have both friends, same time, 6 days apart. Same story. One going this way, one going the other. I'm like, phew. And but the weird part was like, my one friend, I'm like, I didn't even bother going, you got to do something. Yeah. I was like, no way. No way. I get it. And the other's like, oh, no. And what do you win for next? You get this next, and that next, and this next. There's a great book, highly recommended. I started reading it because of this situation. It's all about mortals. I'll have it for you. Come back from the break. It's really, really good book. Not just for people that are dealing with this sort of stuff, but just Good life lessons and things. All right, here's Nate Checking Traffic, Nathan.
Thanks, John. 40 minutes through downtown Seattle on northbound I-5. Scattered backup starting there at the Michigan Curve up to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, you're getting heavy coming out of Northgate down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, we're up a bit to a half-hour drive. On the east side, North 405 approaching Southeast 8th. We're still dealing with some sort of blocking issue. Traffic jams up at Cold Creek Parkway. I say something because it's out of view of my cameras, and I still have yet got a report from State Patrol or WashDOT on this, but traffic is packed there. South 405 is packed in the same area between Southeast 8th and Cold Creek, and then from there you'll thin out as you get down toward the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, 25 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way is going to take you a half hour. Scattered backups from Inner Urban Avenue past 516, and Tacoma to Olympia, 55-minute drive. On the water, the Mukilteo Ferry Terminal now reporting a 1-hour wait for drivers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve. On KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Owie, wowie.
What's with the
water heater's worn out?
Way less hot water?
Takes a lot longer, too.
Sounds like a goner.
Worst of all,
what?
Wasn't planning on it.
We can help.
Apollo Plumbing.
Ready right now to get you
in hot water.
Same day.
Not this day. My budget.
How about with easy payments?
How much easy?
Around $50 a month with approved credit.
A new water heater?
50 gallons of 100% hot water delight.
For about $50 a month.
51, 52 to be precise.
And you can do it
today if that's what you need.
Is it ever?
Apollo installs new ones with code upgrades.
Can't beat that.
Actually, I can.
What?
Your same-day water heater replacement includes Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Which means?
Apollo Plumbing covers your new water heater for life.
You mean should it ever wear out?
Apollo Plumbing replaces it free.
And if it needs service?
Service is included for our A-list members.
Wow!
Your new water heater is ready
right now
at ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, I want to tell you a sellwithwes.com success story. Wes Jones knows how important your home sale can be for your future plans. So when he got a call from Susan in Federal Way, he was eager to step up and help her sell her home of 25 years.
Her house was her biggest asset, and this home sale was super meaningful for her. So she's like, I know that I'm leaving money on the table in the condition that it's in. Like, what can we do?
I told him up front that I did not have the time or finances to do what needed to be done. And he immediately jumped in with, well, I do.
He told her about their Listing Boost concierge service.
We identified probably 4 or 5 major things.
It just was all so fast. They did everything.
I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out.
And I would just tell anybody, here's his phone number, give him a call. He'll take care of it.
So if you're in the market to sell your home, do what Susan did. Check out Wes Jones and his team at sellwithwes.com. Sell with Wes, a better way to sell your home.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You didn't work hard to watch your retirement unravel. You saved, you sacrificed, you built something meaningful for yourself and for your family. Hi, I'm elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich. I've seen what happens when unexpected health events collide with traditional retirement plans. Savings that took decades to build drains away faster than anyone expected. At LifePoint Law, we help you build a life plan to help you protect your assets and way of life. If you are retired or thinking about retiring, now is the time to double check your retirement plan.
Retirement doesn't have to feel like a gamble. With straightforward planning and clear answers, LifePoint Law replaces fear with clarity, but only if you start now. Attend the next seminar this Saturday in Bothell, April 7th in Bremerton, the 9th in Olympia, or the 11th in Federal Way. Seats are limited. Sign up now at lifepointlaw.com. Visit lifepointlaw.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. U.S. forces continue to search for a missing American airman after a fighter jet was shot down over Iran today. One crew member was rescued, but that second is still missing. CBS's Nancy Cordes reports from the White House.
We do know that the president's national security team is assembled, but we haven't been told whether the president has been meeting with them in the Situation Room, how often he's been briefed. We just have been told that he's been briefed and that he's been working in the Oval Office.
Military says another U.S. attack plane crashed near the Strait of Hormuz today. That pilot was rescued, and Iran claims its air defenses also brought that aircraft down. Sound Transit is asking the public to weigh in as the agency looks to close a $34.5 billion funding shortfall. KIRO News Radio's Chris Sullivan reports the budget gap is threatening planned light rail extension.
We haven't even started on ST3, which we voted on in 2016, which was $54 billion. Now it's 85 to maybe over $100 billion total.
Agency launched an online survey to get public feedback as it now considers scaling back some ST3 projects. Find a link to that survey on mynorthwest.com. As gas prices continue to climb, more and more drivers here are flocking to tribal gas stations. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha says they're cheaper because they get tax breaks.
The cost difference for a gallon of regular is significant. At a Tahoma station in Fife, the cost, according to Gas Buddy, is at $4.80. Tulalip Market in Marysville rang up at $4.85. Angel of the Winds Fuel in Arlington tallies $4.69. Compare that to non-tribal stations, the state average, according to AAA, $5.37. And if you're looking to get diesel, it's even worse, nearly $6.74.
Fintech company Robinhood is jumping into the legal fight over prediction markets and state gambling laws. KIRO News Radio's John Repp explains.
The company has filed a lawsuit against the state of Washington in what is essentially a preemptive move, coming after the state attorney general Nick Brown sued the prediction market Kalshi. These markets let users essentially win or lose money on what are known as event contracts, predicting everything from election results to what the president will say at the White House Easter egg roll. Puget Sound Business Journal reports the lawsuit from Robinhood is asking for an injunction to bar the state from regulating the company's event contract trading. John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Now to the real-time traffic desk, checking in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, Seattle Sports has the update. 40 minutes to get yourself through downtown Seattle on northbound I-5. Your scattered backup start at the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, we're heavy from Northgate to I-90, and then add to this little distraction at Boylston Avenue right before Mercer. A crash partially blocks the on-ramp. Linwood to Seattle is a half-hour drive. North 405 in Bellevue approaching Southeast 8th. We still have a blocking issue, and you're backed up to Cold Creek Parkway. South 405, bumper to bumper in that same exact area. Bellevue to Renton pushing a half hour. Seattle to Federal Way is a half hour. Scattered backups from Interurban Avenue just past 516. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is a 40-minute commute. And in Tacoma, North 5 and South 38th, we've got a car fire. It's on the shoulder of the exit ramp. It isn't blocking, but it is a big distraction. And right now, you're backed up bumper to 72nd. South 5 jams up approaching State Route 16. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Drier and warmer these next few days. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s this weekend, could be touching 70 on Monday. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm covered the lines. I'm covered the lines. Hitting, pulling, plumbing and electric. Home comforter lines. Go to Aaron's house. Go home comforter lines. It's got heating, cooling, plumbing and electric. Home comforter lines. Comforter lines. Comforter lines. That's not bad. Home comforter lines. All right. Story broke, I guess it was maybe Thursday last week, maybe to Monday. I forget who had it. Daily Mail, The Guardian, one of those outlets came out and found out that the people that are investigating Charlie Kirk's assassination find out that the fragment, they're referring to it as a fragment, the fragment that was found in the autopsy, whatever it is, it doesn't look like it came out of the 30-06. It's not a round that would be recognized to come from that rifle. So there is some debate as to, well, what is this? They're still trying to connect the two together. They're using different types of techniques to be able to say, okay, now that fits. They're going to look at the lead. They're going to use a technique to determine the lead of that round, even though it was so destroyed. And it doesn't look like a 30-06 round, but it was found in the neck of Charlie Kirk, so that's got to be it. Now everybody is jumping all in on this one because this is another part of the story that makes zero sense. Zero. I said to Joe on the phone before he came in today, I said, what has happened is that they used to be able to tell us a whole bunch of stuff and nobody could check anything, right? You go to the card catalog and start flipping through and try to find a bunch of stuff on microfiche or whatever, whoever had the time for that. But if you're sitting there in your house, you just start going around finding stuff. So how they used to be able to pull the wool over your eyes, they can't do it anymore because there's too many people that are really good at going through the wool and finding out what's true and not true. So this whole story makes still even less sense than it did before. But now the chickens are coming home to roost because they can't tie the evidence together with the story that they came up with. So a hacking group responsible for hacking the FBI director's Kash Patel's email accounts presents the theory. Well, how much will this do for us?
Quite a bit.
This is what we've pieced together from the emails and other intelligence sources. Charlie Kirk was never shot with a bullet. He was accidentally decapitated by a piece of shrapnel from a miniature explosive planted inside his microphone. The device was supposed to blow out his chest cavity, but the explosive malfunctioned. Instead of detonating downward, it ripped upward and took his neck. That is why security immediately ripped every device off the stage. That is why the security camera behind Charlie was yanked from the wall on live feed. That is why they literally stole his body from the scene before the coroner could arrive. That is why Netanyahu went on television within minutes to say it wasn't Israel before anyone had even asked. That is why the FBI took forever to find the killer. They had to rush manufacture evidence to match the lie.
Okay. Netanyahu came up, the day after? Which is weird.
Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi propaganda minister, said that the bigger the lie, the faster it will spread. Well, somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder. This is insane.
Now, this is the paperwork about the explosive. Was it Tennessee?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it's Tennessee. There's this place in Tennessee that's been around since 2005 or 2007, and they make certain types of explosive devices. And somebody found this, and then you couldn't find it, but then somebody else found it again. It was up on the website and took it down, and then somebody found it. So here's the story about what they believe was the explosive device that was part of Charlie Kirk's microphone.
I was sent this by a few people. Charlie Kirk was killed with a miniature explosive, likely made at Accurate Energetic Systems.
Accurate Energetic Systems is the name of the factory.
In Tennessee and purchased by the DoD for $425K in May of 2025. You can bet Steve Feinberg was involved in the planning of his public assassination.
So she shows the invoice for this thing. Normally when whoever is buying these things, military outfits, they buy hundreds of them, but they bought just one. There's just one purchase at a certain time. She can see on the invoice, there's the purchase for this thing. It describes what it is. It's a small explosive device.
Well, I pulled all of Accurate Energy Systems contracts from usaspending.gov, and I found this one. This one, the address is in Tennessee. It is for miniature XS demolition devices, anti-personnel, SPM. That's what caught my attention. We're going to come back to that. The amount is $440,494. The procurement period, May of 2025 to August of 2025. So I went and looked up all other procurements because as somebody who has done DoD procurements before, that was a really odd amount of time. None of Accurate Energy Systems procurements were less than a year, except for this one, because that's not how they procure things.
Okay, so they buy one. Now, who's the Steven Feinberg thing in here? Is this? Do you have this cut where the place blows up?
Yes. If you want to get darker, Steve Feinberg, our deputy SecDev, well, his old company, Cerebus, owns the company, I forget the name of it, that trains the Special Operations Forces on these detonation devices. He's the one who put protecting the blue and white country in his priorities as the same as protecting America.
Okay.
Next one is the plan.
Okay, get this. And again, this is, hey, just whatever. Because I looked, this place did have an accident before. They do have a lot of explosives there. So remember, if you're following this and if you believe it, somebody buys this device. There it is on the invoice. They buy one of them from this factory. And now there's the factory in Tennessee, the people that built the device, and all the evidence of where it comes from.
For tiny devices to kill people. Forgot to mention that the plant that the address is at, well, it exploded a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination, and everyone in that plant died. No survivors. Correlation doesn't mean causality. I'm a big advocate of that. However, something doesn't smell right at all.
But the thing was leveled. Now, they do have a lot of explosives there, so that might explain it. Here's one other part of the story. It's not in the sound cuts. Is this: that apparently the powder, this explosive powder, is so dangerous and doesn't break down by natural occurrences. Nature can't break it down, and if you touch it or you get it on your skin, it can cause burns. It's cancerous. In fact, it was caught. Somebody found it that worked at the factory before the place exploded. They found traces of it in their car for some reason, and they were shut down for a little while. They were fined and everything. They say that if it gets on the grass, if there's any element on the grass, you can easily detect it because it won't wash away and it won't be absorbed into the soil. So what happens 2 or 3 days after Charlie Kirk dies? What do?
Bring out the pressure washer?
No. They tear up all the grass, they remove all of that, and they put down paving stones. Now, again, if you have the bias, confirmation bias, that you don't believe any of this sort of stuff, then you could piece all this stuff together. But the work of piecing it together is to reach way out here and grab that one piece and bring it in and kind of eye it and jam it in with a hammer as you're putting the puzzle together. Or is it just right there within reach and it fits perfectly with one spot, next spot, next spot?
You got to twist yourself in knots to explain the actual narrative.
Oh, the whole thing about he took the rifle up there, he changed his clothes, he put his clothes back on, he jumped down with the rifle, the thing in his pants. I mean, none of that makes any sense. All of the text messages make no sense. And here's one other weird thing. Joe showed me this. I know we're going to the break. He showed me that somebody Googled my name, international Google search. It went up, spiked up one day when we were talking about this stuff and then went away again and then popped back up again. They searched Joe's name. And where did it come from?
Tel Aviv, Israel. And essentially any time that we have these conversations, it spikes. And same for KIRO.
Luckily, I got Nate to protect me.
Hey, John and Joe, don't get mad at me, but I'm getting lost here. So who's behind this killing?
Where are they Googling us from?
Here's Nate with traffic.
KIRO Newsradio App has the update. All right, Tacoma North 5 and South 38th. That off-ramp is now fully blocked from this car fire, which is fully engulfed. And now you're sitting in a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at 84th. South 5, you're jamming up approaching State Route 16. Olympia to Tacoma has a 10-minute delay right now. Westbound 18 heading into Federal Way right before Weyerhaeuser Way. A crash blocks your right lane. Here in Seattle, it's 40 minutes through downtown Seattle on northbound I-5 with those backups starting at the Michigan Curve. South 5 heavy from Northgate to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, a half hour. We still have this crash at the Boylston Avenue on-ramp to South 5, partially blocking the ramp. Seattle to Federal Ways at a half hour. Seattle to Everett, 35 minutes. Bellevue to Everett at 40. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. Case in point, your ticket might be for the view level, but it's more like Skyline City. Up here, it's hard to say what'll take your breath away first. The gorgeous Seattle sunsets or the spectacular views of every incredible play. If you like value with the view, it's the perfect place to take quality time with the family to a whole new level. Literally.
A bases clearing, 3-run double. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The Mariners are back in town starting April 10th for a 4-game series against the Houston Astros. It all starts with Ichiro Replica Statue Night on Friday the 10th, presented by BDA. The first 40,000 fans take home this must-have collectible, with 20 scoring ones signed by Ichiro himself. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Listen, every day across Washington, kids stay after school giving their all for sports and activities, many on empty stomachs. That's a problem. Food insecurity in our state is at crisis levels, and it's hurting learning and performance. Safeway and Champions of Change Foundation are stepping up with Nourishing Champions, providing grants to schools for after-school meal programs. Schools don't wait. Applications close April 8th. That's April 8th. Go to championsofchangefoundation.org and click Nourishing Champions.
Many financial plans include some level of tax awareness. When retirement begins, considering taxes isn't enough. One overlooked tax decision can quietly cost families thousands over time. At Madrona Financial and CPAs, your plan isn't built around products. It's built around coordination. Licensed CPAs and experienced advisors working together, aligning investments, retirement income, and intergenerational planning using tax-efficient strategies. Madrona Financial and CPAs. Planning built on credentials. Madrona Financial Services is an SEC registered investment advisor.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The total solutions advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Yep, it's raining out there. Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction speaks for itself. They'll keep your home leak-free and protected from the northwest rains. Visit integrityrc.com to schedule a roof assessment or video inspection today. With years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled team can help with a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Visit integrityrc.com. That's integrityrc.com. Trying to figure out assisted living for a parent or a loved one while life keeps moving full speed? It's tough. Hey, it's Spike O'Neill. Here's what I wish someone had told me sooner. Aegis Living. These are luxury communities, resort-style amenities. Voted Best of Western Washington and ranked #1 senior living community in all of America for 2025 by Seniorly. Go to aegisliving.com/spike, schedule a visit, and get a special take-home gift. And when you take the tour, don't be surprised if you turn to whoever's with you and say, this must be the place, because it is. aegisliving.com/spike.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA.
All right, everybody, don't forget the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is always there for you. Teeny's going to choose the letter of the day. That is one of her big jobs. That's hey, Teeny, that's spinning the wheel. 1-888-973-5476. 1-888-973-5476. Oh, look at Andrew jumping in. You want to hit these two stories? Or you want to do the quick text messages?
We'll do a couple quick text messages.
Here we go, a couple quick text messages.
Jamestown in Eastlake says, thank you, Joe. I think he's blaming me or giving me credit, whichever way you choose to look at it.
All right, James.
For the rabbit hole. Doug in Mount Vernon says, you don't look
at our texts come in on teletype,
That's right.
by the way.
Doug in Mount Vernon says,
yeah, sure.
You don't look a gift horse in the mouth, she, or an Israeli pager in the battery.
Ooh.
Jeff in 253, Curly, you never heard of Charlie Kirk until he was killed. Not true with Elvis. Thought he would be the end of it, not just a career move.
Who's never heard of Charlie Kirk?
He's accusing you of never having heard of him.
Oh, okay. What else did I know?
Yeah. Fernando in Seattle says, I might just have to join you down the Charlie Kirk rabbit hole.
Okay.
It is a deep, wide, cavernous hole. And we haven't even gotten into his wife who took over his company and the new PR director for Turning Point USA.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can believe crazy people on the internet. You can believe people that have a really active TikTok account, or you can believe Joe Kent, who was the 11-time deployed Gold Star husband who served in countless deployments, who was appointed as the director of counterterrorism to the United States, one of the highest levels of classification you can have, period.
Right.
Who just resigned from his post, who spelled it all out in his resignation letter, and who has gone on record probably a dozen times at this point saying, we were shut down by the FBI from investigating the murder of Charlie Kirk. They would not let us do it, even though there was evidence of foreign involvement.
Yeah, I saw Charlie Kirk. I watched Charlie Kirk stuff for years and years and years. My son really got into it. My stepson really got into Charlie Kirk. Well aware of what he was doing, right? I'll say this. What really, I didn't believe it. We had a gun expert on. He explained the 30-06. We had that. Started putting all this sort of stuff together. And the thing that really just made it make no sense is when I read the text messages between the accused, Tyler Robinson, and his boyfriend. That, when I read that, I'm like, okay. The weird part is, how dumb do they think we are?
Right.
And then at that point, you're just insulted. Like, really?
That is like a 60-year-old police officer pretending to be a 14-year-old trans kid, you know?
Oh, my God.
They don't talk like that. They don't spell like that.
What they didn't think, I guess the thing is they're using old techniques, but the modern world of these internet sleuths that are able to spend hours and hours and hours and hours to look at video. And since everyone has cameras now, it's much harder to just simply pull this sort of stuff off.
Well, and the other thing, so the best angle of from a student who is at the event, he was told by the FBI, delete your post. His video started going viral. He was told directly from the FBI, delete that, get it off the internet now, and they helped him do it.
But he kept it. Here's Nate with traffic.
Tacoma, the off-ramp from North 5 to South 38th Street has reopened. We're backed up from State Route 512 to 56, as this is clearing out pretty quickly, starting from the north, working its way south. So South 5, you're packed from the Tacoma Dome to State Route 16. So Tacoma to Olympia, we're up to 1 hour. Olympia to Tacoma, 45 minutes. Westbound 18 heading into Federal Way and near Weyerhaeuser Way. That collision's now off to your right shoulder. Renton to Puyallup, southbound 167's taking 40 minutes. 45 minutes through downtown Seattle on northbound I-5, South 5 heavy from Northgate to I-90. It's a half hour from Linwood to Seattle, and Seattle to Federal Way up to 35 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve on KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
You could file your taxes on a basic free service, which is fine. But are you okay with fine? Because when it's your money on the line, do you really want to guess if you missed a credit or hope the math is right? Get the confidence of TurboTax for free right on the Intuit Credit Karma app. Free Fed and free state for simple 1040s only. Around 37% of filers qualify. See details at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for EITC, CTC, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge to win-win for all of us. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery.
Visit WaLottery.com. Who benefits to learn more?
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. 2 incidents today involving U.S. military planes. First, CBS's Natalie Brand reports.
CBS News has confirmed U.S. forces rescued one of the 2 crew members of an F-15 that went down over Iran. Social media video showed 2 Black Hawk helicopters and a C-130 in what appeared to be part of the effort.
Operating low and pretty slow in broad daylight over Iran, looking for this downed aircrew. It's the kind of thing you would only do in a situation where you were willing to assume extraordinary risk because your objective was so important, namely saving some lives here.
That's CBS News national security analyst Aaron McLean. Also, 2 U.S. officials tell CBS News an A-10 Warthog, part of the search for the fighter jet crew, took fire. Its pilot ejected over the Persian Gulf and was rescued, according to CBS's Nancy Cordes at the White House.
The president has posted a couple of times today, but not about the F-15. He's mostly been posting about Iranian oil. In one cryptic message, he said in just a 4-word post, basically, does anyone want the oil? With a question mark. Wasn't quite clear what he was referring to, but he has been talking.
U.S. employers added a surprisingly strong 178,000 jobs last month, rebounding from a weak February. The unemployment rate dipped, but as CBS's Kelly O'Grady explains,
the reason why it ticked down is because less people were in the workforce. A lot of people dropped out. And so when they calculate that 4.3%, it's based on how many people are in the workforce or actively looking.
Speaking of the workforce, women in the workplace are at risk amid a drop in hybrid and remote roles over the last 4 years. CBS's Allison Keyes with that.
At Indeed, Priya Rathod warns that the jobs website has seen a 14% slide in remote and hybrid roles, and women are disproportionately affected.
There's rising healthcare and housing costs, and the workforce isn't keeping up with flexibility and the ability to work remote, which women need to stay in the workforce.
Experts say women need more paid leave, child care assistance, and backup to stay competitive in the workforce. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
On day 3 of the Artemis II moon mission, the Orion is on track, and Mission Control's message to the crew:
the burn was so small and our trajectory is so precise. After the translunar injection burn yesterday at 6:49 p.m. Central Time, there is simply not a need for that OTC-1 burn today.
The lunar flyby is scheduled for Monday. President Trump has signed an executive order aimed at college sports. Now, it would give federal agencies authority to cut funding at schools that do not comply with mandates covering transfers, eligibility, and pay for play in the rapidly changing industry. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth 48 hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Coming up, deputies in Silverdale looking for a man seen peeking inside a child's bedroom. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
All right, Aaron, this one brought to us by your Seattle Mariners. Tacoma to Olympia, 55 minutes. We're clearing out around State Route 16. We got a 4-mile bumper to bumper backup through JBLM. Another 4-mile backup between Lacey and Olympia. That one's not as thick. We're thinning out northbound I-5 through South Tacoma. Still heavy, though, at 512 up to 84th, and you're going to thin out pretty quickly. Seattle to Federal Way, just under a half hour now. Usual backup starting closer to 405 now, down to 516. 45 minutes, though, through downtown Seattle on northbound I-5. It is thick starting at the Michigan Curve. Across the Ship Canal Bridge, you've got a little breathing room there through the heart of downtown. South 5 is packed from Northgate to I-90. Linwood to Seattle will take you a half hour. And Bellevue to Renton on 405 is now less than a 25-minute drive. Ichiro Replica Statue Night is Friday, April 10th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granello. Kitsap County deputies say they need your help identifying a man suspected of looking into a young girl's bedroom window. This happened in Silverdale. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Grainy images of the man were captured on surveillance video just after 1:30 last Saturday morning at an apartment complex at 12155 Cloudy Peak Lane. Kitsap County Sheriff spokesman Kevin McCarty says the man's intentions are unknown, but suspicious.
He stopped at a ground floor apartment, knelt down, and was peeking into the window of a 6-year-old girl. It's not clear at this point if he was looking in the window or trying to open the window.
You can see the photos at mynorthwest.com. If you recognize the man, call 911. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Investigators in Skagit County now dealing with chilling questions after bodies of more canines washed ashore on Guaymas Island. Chief Olivia Cole with Skagit County Fire tells KIRO 7 TV the body counts is up to 20 at least.
We were expecting to find, maybe 3 or 4 because we were told that they were washed out with the tide.
First body showed up last week. Cole says the condition of the remains was disturbing. Autopsies and DNA testing are now underway. Washington is suing the federal government to block new rules on voting. This stems from an executive order earlier this week directing states to provide lists of eligible voters. Washington Attorney General Nick Brown.
The president wants to control your vote. He wants to dictate to the Postal Service when and what ballots they can accept. But this is patently unconstitutional.
President's order would impose a list of requirements for states to use the U.S. Postal Service for mail-in voting. If you're driving through DuPont on I-5 the next couple of nights, prepare for a big detour. KIRO 7 TV's Paula Tristan Aruda explains.
WashDOT is preparing to completely shut down I-5 in DuPont to replace an old bridge. Officials are encouraging people to plan on adding at least a half hour to your trip. Now, crews are going to be tearing down the old Stillicum-DuPont Road overpass near I-5 and Stillicum-DuPont Road.
And WashDOT planning to close all lanes of that freeway from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. both tonight and tomorrow nights. To your weather updates, looking at some increasing sunshine this afternoon and a nice weekend is in store. Sunny and temperatures in the low to mid 60s. We're up to 58 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line.
Yes, okay, good.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
As a constant watcher / listener.
Yes.
I don't think your studio has ever looked prettier than the second hour of Thursday's show. Just an observation.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only one that said anything.
No, you're not the only one. Not the only one. I think that's another fan of Best Buyers, Joe. Referring to the pretty studio.
And Ella.
Whatever, and yeah, Ella too. But I think that's what that guy is referring to. Apparently, the neatly chiseled, good features that I have. Thank you, Dr. Stern. Not enough for was that Dennis?
I believe that was Tin Hat Jason.
That's true. Okay. All right. Good to know. All right. Here we go. Diving into the news. You know, a couple weeks ago, we had our lawmakers say, "Well, we see no evidence that anyone's leaving. We don't think anybody's going to go away." Here's some of our greatest hits.
I don't think that there's going to be any significant change in taxpayer location as a result of the passage of the tax.
That's right. Thank you, Jimmy Peterson. You're right. You raise people's taxes, they're just going to sit there, let you keep whacking them in the head.
The idea that we have capital flight, I have not seen any evidence of that whatsoever.
Okay, so we're looking for evidence.
There's a myth floating around today
it's a myth.
And yesterday.
A myth.
That capital will leave Washington. This whole concept of capital flight.
Yeah, this is the myth. No evidence, just a myth. When Craig Ryan testified against a money grab that was going to go into effect in the state of Washington regarding the new tax on precious metals and coins.
Hello, I'm Craig Ryan, and I am representing a coin business, and I'm a member of the Washington Coin and Bullion Association. Why have 5 governors kept the sales tax policy on precious metals that they are exempt? Well, for good reasons. Gold is money. 2, they wanted precious metals and coins to have the same parity as with other investments like stocks and bonds. 46 states have already ended sales tax on gold and silver coins and bars. Consumer protection, as Jake just explained, people want to do business locally and not send their money out of state. The economics of it are such that, imagine we charge $70 on an ounce of gold. State wants $350. That's totally out of whack, and the business will leave the state entirely. So please defeat Section 106 of this Senate Bill 5794.
Moving out.
Stewart's been there since 1977. His family has been in Washington for 125 years. Greg Ryan, you moving out?
Yes, I've got a new office in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I'm looking for a house to move to. I have till the end of May to leave this house that I'm currently in.
How you feeling?
Well, I'm sad. I mean, born in Chehalis, love Washington, but we've seen the state taken over by progressives that I don't think they've ever signed the front of a check in their life. They've only signed the back of checks, which means they've never owned a business. And the legislature is anti-business, certainly anti-gold and silver business. And it's killed the whole industry in the state. I mean, why pay 10.3% more for your gold and silver from me if I'm in Washington State rather than a dealer in Boise or Coeur d'Alene or Oregon?
So let's just talk about what they hoped they were going to be getting. Anywhere they were hoping for about 148 million, somewhere in there. They're making the adjustments. And again, when they do these analyses, they do it as a static analysis rather than a dynamic. You know that from selling gold and silver. That's a dynamic force. That's a dynamic marketplace going up and down and up and down. But they do these analyses on a static. They just assume, okay, there's 40 stores. They do this amount of revenue. If we tax them, and they repeal the B&O tax, so you get triple tax in the state of Washington. And they thought, well, we'll get about 148 million. That's what they were hoping for. But as soon as this thing went into effect on the 1st of January, December 2025, I saw record-breaking foot traffic to Washington stores. Did you see people racing into your store there in December?
Well, yes, there were people that knew the tax was coming. They wanted to buy it without the penalty of, $350 on an ounce of gold. And the whole notion was that, this number that you've thrown out, we saw them say that it would be 56.4 million over a 2-year period. And it's just crazy. It's nuts. It says that people won't change their behavior, that they won't go out of state to save money. They'll just continue to buy and pay the tax. It absolutely makes no sense.
Yeah, well, don't forget what Representative Natasha Hill said.
There's a myth floating around today and yesterday that capital will leave Washington, this whole concept of capital flight.
So your business goes away. You, by the way, I looked up, apparently quite a bustling business right now in Idaho. They said they've never seen more than 40% increase of buyers coming in from Washington and sellers coming in from Washington. No one should be surprised by that. That's not a myth. That's the way economics works. I'm sure Natasha Hill might shop at Costco because it's cheaper. She drives right past the little store, little mom and pop store, but you're going to get a cheaper price there at Costco. So it's not Costco that runs mom and pop out of business. It's people like any shopper that's looking for the best price. So at this point, after all of these years, as you've set up, you have to start all over again in an entirely different state. Will you continue to be in the gold and silver business?
Yes, and I won't have to start all over again because I have the website. I'm getting a new one that has Idaho in the domain name. But fortunately, I have some loyalty with old customers. And if they buy from me in Coeur d'Alene, they'll still be able to take delivery in another state and avoid the sales tax. But it is a lot. It's just stupid that I have to leave and not have employees here and not pay local taxes and not buy from local businesses and not keep my money and my customers' money in this state.
You told them. Did you get a chance to sort of rub elbows with any of these people ahead of time before you testified and just tried to bend their ear and convince them?
No, one of the nasty things is instead of giving people 3 minutes to testify about what things will do to their business, they cut it to 1 minute. So you can hardly get your name out, and it was just nuts. I mean, here you're trying to save your business and you're given 1 minute to testify. And no, these people don't connect. They're elite. They're important. They're passing taxes that affect everybody so that they can pay for more of their programs.
Yeah, we're speaking with Greg Ryan, the owner of Washington Gold Exchange, WashingtonGoldExchange.com. Does it also sort of hurt your heart to know that the family has been here for 125 years and no longer the forwarding address is another state?
Yes, but frankly, in the exploratory trips I've made over there, the people are much friendlier. There is less wokeness. There is less. There are fewer Teslas on the road. That's happy for me. But anyway, it's been hard. It was real hard to adjust, but now I'm getting out of Washington, and I know other dealers are too. It's just a shame. The Washington Coin and Bullion Association, with basically about 40 members, they were just undone by this whole thing.
So when you tell your story to friends and family that you're doing this packing up and leaving, are you hearing from other people that are in other businesses? Right there, there's a photo we just showed. That is of, I guess that is it's Governor Booth Gardner, 1985. He is signing that Washington State's gold and silver tax and other precious metal coins, signing it into law that the dealers successfully eliminating the Washington. So back in 1985, the people in your business were able to fight this, but I guess,
right.
Yeah.
And there's 3 other coin dealers with me, Lee Sanders and Larry Abbott. He's gone, but you can see our lobbyist Mark Jurassic at the far left. And we worked for 3 years, 1983, 84, 85, and got the bill through with a Democrat-controlled House, Democrat-controlled Senate, and of course Governor Gardner was a Democrat. And they were pro-business. They liked business to stay in the state. But oh my gosh, not this current current batch of legislators.
So as I started to say before we show the photo, are you hearing from other businesses and other friends that are going, hey, Craig, I'm following you. I'm packing up the tent and leaving as well?
I actually have heard a few of them. I've been very busy getting ready to move the business and moving the business as of January 1st. But I mean, they went after everything in the session a year ago. They went after wedding planners. They went after service providers. They went on a very zealous attempt to raise money wherever they can. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, storage sheds, Airbnb, right?
Yes.
Internet services. Yeah, you're right. Wedding planners, event planners, all that sort of stuff. Here is this guy that runs the Senate again from Jamie Peterson.
I don't think that there's going to be any significant change in taxpayer location as a result of the passage of the tax.
What do you say to Jamie?
Oh my gosh. If I try to sell gold in this state, I got right now with gold at 4,500 roughly, I got to charge $450 more per ounce than if someone buys from someone in another state.
That's not good business.
It makes it totally impractical to buy from a local dealer.
And here is the effect downstream. When they think they're going to get 48 or 60 million or 148 million, when all of a sudden, because then they take the money on the revenue side, credits and debits and credits, they take that money and then they move it over into some service for some organization, and all of a sudden that money is not there. But they still have to fund that service that they feel that the government needs to be involved in. Then they have to start looking for it somewhere else. And it's not going to be you, is it, Mr. Ryan?
No, it will definitely not be me. It looks like they don't give a damn about small business. They don't care. They don't care if we go out of business because they're making their money from the big corporations like Microsoft and Starbucks. But those organizations are eventually going to leave too if they don't stop this relentless taxation effort.
Well, you don't have to say it, so I will. Craig Ryan, they can kiss your ass goodbye.
Moving out.
There you go, my friend. Have fun in Idaho.
By the way,
yes.
This just in.
Oh, this just in. Hang on.
Craig's new website, idahogoldexchange.com, is now active.
That must be all the beeping we hear in the background.
Wow.
All right, have a great weekend.
All right.
Happy Easter,
Thank
happy
you,
Passover. See you later.
Is that all you get for your money? And if that's what you have in mind, yeah, that's what you're all about. Good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out.
We're going to collect. We have collected 5 stories so far. We got 5 of them. We're putting them all together. If you too would like to be able to tell, let's see, Representative Tim Orsby.
The idea that we have capital flight, I have not seen any evidence of that whatsoever.
All right, we're compiling all the evidence. We're going to get it all together for them, and we're going to deliver it to Jamie Peterson, Senator Peterson, to Tim Ormsby, to Natasha Hill. That you need evidence. You'd like to see evidence. You believe it's a myth. I'll tell you what. We will give you the evidence, and then we would like for one of these individuals to come on the show and explain to us after we've given them what we believe is the evidence of capital flight, and then they can explain to us that maybe it is not a myth, and maybe they misjudged people's reactions to taxes, and that will be the story that we hope to be able to bring. And again, we'd love to hear if you know somebody that has decided to have a forwarding address to another state and is leaving. Please tell us. 1-888-973-5476. The more, the merrier. And it'll be really fun to deliver, And then by the way, if you're one of these people that's coming to Washington State, that you're setting up a business here, because you believe this is a great place to have a business, we'd love to hear from you as well. What?
That's a myth. No, nobody's doing that.
Well, you don't know that.
I haven't seen any evidence of new businesses opening in Washington.
I would come here and I would open a moving business. All right, here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, John, North 5 through Seattle. It is thick from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. That's a pretty solid backup now. 45 minutes to get through this. South 5 slows from Northgate to I-90. Gets pretty thick there in the U District. So Linwood to Seattle right around a half hour. Now heading north, Seattle to Everett just 35 minutes. Bellevue to Everett 40 minutes. Once you get into Everett, North 5 has a little crowding between Broadway and 41st. Nothing real heavy, but it is stop and go between the Snohomish River and 528 in Marysville. So 15 to 20 minutes between Everett and Marysville. In Renton, we've got a new collision. North 405 approaching the Maple Valley Highway. It's in the HOV lane. You're backed up into South Center to Bellevue. We're approaching a half-hour drive. Tacoma to Olympia is down a few minutes to 50 minutes. And on the water, the Mukilteo Ferry Terminal has a 1-hour wait for drivers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA! Home is more than a place to live. It's where the best of life unfolds, where possibility sparks, where community grows, where lives take shape. At the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties, that belief drives the work our builders, remodelers, and tradespeople do every day. Because when we build more homes, we're building so much more than housing. We're making room for what matters most. Learn more at roomforwhatmatters.com.
It's difficult to trust someone with your loved one's care. Aegis Living earns your trust every single day. Voted best senior living in Western Washington and ranked #1 senior living community in all of America by Seniorly. Aegis sets the standard for luxury assisted living and award-winning memory care. Resort-style comfort with state-of-the-art AI fall prevention, a staff who loves what they do, and your loved ones. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com/KIRO. That's AEGIS living.com/KIRO and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living. This must be the place.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right.
At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. We still do not know the fate of an American service member missing in action after their F-15 fighter jet was shot down today in Iran. Military says the pilot of that jet has been rescued. CBS's Charlie D'Agata reports a second aircraft was also hit.
An A-10 Warthog took fire during the rescue mission. The pilot ejected over the Persian Gulf off the coast of Kuwait and was rescued safely. A helicopter carrying that rescued fighter jet pilot was also hit by small arms fire, wounding the crew, but managed to land safely.
These are the first U.S. fighter jets to be shot down in the 5-week war. Sound Transit now asking the public for input as it works to close a projected $34.5 billion funding gap. Agency has launched an online survey noting rising costs, labor shortages, and other issues are threatening planned light rail extensions. KIRO News Radio's Chris Sullivan explains.
We maybe don't go to Tacoma, we only go to 5. Maybe we don't go all the way to the West Seattle Junction, we only go to Delridge. Maybe we even don't go to Ballard at all. Or we change the alignment a little bit. We get rid of stations, we get rid of this. They're looking for ways to get that money back.
Sound Transit says no final decisions have been made. Find a link to the agency survey on mynorthwest.com. Multi-agency sweep in Port Orchard led to 10 arrests. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi reports.
Kitsap County Sheriff's deputies, detectives, and SWAT officers served warrants at several homes, RVs, and vehicles. Authorities say all 10 people were wanted on outstanding warrants from Kitsap and Jefferson counties or the Department of Corrections.
No word yet on what kind of charges might be filed. Some of the rock's biggest names are hitting Seattle's Moore Theater tomorrow night for Amplify Courage. That is a benefit concert supporting Stand for Courage, a national anti-bullying organization.
They take the funds and they've been creating these videos that they distribute throughout schools, throughout the Pacific Northwest about how bullying affects people. And if you see it, stand up for somebody, which for me is really key.
That is comedian Craig Gass. He will be hosting the show, speaking with Jake and Spike. Show starts tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Seattle Sports has the update. North 5 through Seattle is really struggling. It is thick, starting just past that Michigan curve up to the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 minutes to get through downtown. South 5 slows from Northgate to I-90. You're going to get thick there in the U districts. Linwood to Seattle is going to take you a half hour. Our lake bridges are wide open in both directions. North 405 in Renton, we're dealing with a collision right before the Maple Valley Highway. It's in the HOV lane. We now have a bumper-to-bumper backup starting way back at I-5 in South Center. South Center to Bellevue, approaching a 35-minute commute. Bellevue to Renton, coming the other way, 25 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia will take you 50. And really, the rest of this commute, we're seeing lighter than usual volumes. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Setting up for a very nice weekend. Temperatures in the low to mid-60s the next few days. Could see 70 by Monday. Right now, 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Start your day with solutions, not problems. KIRO 7 pinpoint weather and real-time traffic every 10 minutes. From downpours to backups, whatever is waiting for you when you head out the door, KIRO 7 News in the Morning will get you prepared. Stay up to the minute every 10 minutes. Watch KIRO 7 News in the Morning, 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Thank you, Joe. Well said, well read, by the way. Bucky's whether you want to or not. Take a Bucky's, they're there for you. Been around for 50 years. Take the car to Bucky's, you won't regret the work they do. Bucky's, I take my car to Bucky's. That old hoopty machine was breaking down. I took it to Bucky's. Took it to Bucky's. Take the car to Bucky's Auto Service Center.
I don't think that there's going to be any significant change in.
Because good people taking the car to Bucky's.
The idea that we have.
People are taking the car to Bucky's. Go to Bucky's. All right, okay. All right. And I looked down at the piece of paper. I'm like, why don't we have any time to talk about the rest of these stories?
It's only 4:34.
By the way, why does the camera have to come back to me before it goes over to Aaron? I'm just sitting here picking my nose.
You should pick your nose less.
Well, I should, but then, or I'm twisting my mustache in a dastardly way.
By the way, thank you for not shaving anytime recently.
Why does it have to come to me and then to Aaron?
It's the way that it works with the switching.
Yeah, whatever.
But there's a way to get around it. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, okay, fine. It'll just catch me like. Oh, and then back over to Aaron.
It's just a lot of work, so I don't want to do it.
Oh, it's too much work for you. Oh, that's what it is. You've been talking to Jacob. All right, we had Best Buyers on yesterday. Best Buyers. What is her website? At Best Buyers. She does great work. She is a independent journalist. She also works for Reason.com. And I found this piece that she did. If you have recently purchased a car and you are concerned that they are tracking you everywhere you go, watching how you drive and then reporting it back or selling your data, Best does a really good job of explaining how to basically disappear after you walk off the lot.
Is your car spying on you? Here's how to check. You see, I just purchased a Toyota 4Runner after 18 years of driving a Honda Element. It was like a brick phone on wheels, but now I'm driving a smartphone with all kinds of tracking technology. So the first thing I did before even leaving the dealership was turn off as much data collection as possible. I downloaded the manufacturer's app, entered my VIN, and then declined all connected services features. These wirelessly transmit my location and vehicle health to Toyota. Then I went to vehicleprivacyreport.com, entered my VIN, and I about died when I saw all the tracking still on my car.
Don't die.
My 4Runner collects identifiers like my name, mailing address, email, and demographic info. It also collects biometrics, including my geolocation, driver's license, and financial info. And I learned my car not only tracks my data, it sells it too. My car sells information to affiliates like sponsors, partners, and advertisers. It shares my data with service providers and its affiliated insurance company, but only if I've provided consent, which I don't remember doing. And finally, it should come as a surprise to no one that car companies will share your data with the government when legally obligated to do so. So I opted out of targeted advertising, the sharing or selling of my data, and any marketing communications. Now check your car's privacy and let me know.
There you go. Thank you, Bess. Pretty simple. Has anybody done that? Anybody buy a car recently? No? Nobody?
Mine
No.
is too old.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, it does nothing.
Yeah,
it
mine's
knows
all
nothing.
too old. We're
I have a dumb car.
We were all taking a car over to Bucky's. Please fix it. By the way, a dramatic story of how Nate was able to bring his car back to life. Nathan, over to Bucky's Auto Service Centers.
Yeah.
She's
She's running good now.
I know. Isn't there a certain point you're like, this thing is nickel and diamond me to death?
Yes. But you know, I'm always with that. I'm thinking, what else could go wrong, right? I mean, and then sure enough, ping, there goes that, bang, there goes that. And $15,000 later.
Ping, my car's on fire.
By the way, your car tried to emulate itself. It wanted to just set itself on fire out in the back parking lot. It was like, just kill me already. I'm going to somehow light myself ablaze like a Buddhist monk or something.
Yeah.
And then that didn't work.
Nah. So now it's just slowly, losing a bolt here and there. And,
$5,000 bolts.
Water pump, deciding to conk out. And
what is it?
Water pump went out.
No, you're not driving a water pump.
Oh, no, what is it? It's a Ford Explorer. Explorer.
Yeah, I gotta drive mine into the ground. Yeah, Nick said to me, hey, don't drive the car today from Seattle back to Cle Elum because we're trying not to run up the miles. I'm like, but what are we saving it for, right?
Yeah, are you leasing it?
No, it doesn't matter. Mine is that old clunker that I'm driving. I don't know, is it 12 years old or something like that? So I don't care. And then she's got the Range Rover that she got on the down low, super cheap. She sells this guy this like $10 million house in Park City. And the guy's like, excuse me, if you'd like, I've got a Range Rover in the garage. I don't know what to do with it. If you'd like to buy it, you can. Well, of course, he bought the Range Rover because he's in Park City. You had the Range Rover. So he never drove the thing. He just sat in the garage. He never used it because he was only using the house like 2 or 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, okay, well, what do you want for it? Because I don't care. He didn't care. How about $30,000? And it's the big 600 horsepower, super duper Range Rover. The thing just like a monster car.
This is the one you left the keys in at the airport?
Excuse me. That is not relevant. Your Honor,
I'm just making sure.
Strike that.
Okay.
The jury will ignore that last comment. It's doing fine. But she used to clean it all the time and get all the garbage out all the time. I finally broke her down on it because now when we pull up the driveway, Twiggy comes running out, and then when you park, she jumps up on top of the car and then scratches the side of it, and I don't see her get all mad about it. I'm like, look at you. You got other things to worry about.
Plus, once it's been violated by meth heads, you're kind of like, ugh.
It still has the slight stink of desperation and criminality in it.
Fentanyl.
A little bit of whatever they had going on there. Yeah, so did find a bunch of like 6 or 7 unspent rounds of 9mm. The guy, drove with mine 9mm in the car. So
for safety, I'm sure.
And the police are like, "Is that your gun? No. Are those your 20 pairs of Air Jordans?" Oh, that's where they were. I forgot. I left them in the back of the car.
You should have said yes to that one.
It's funny. I did think I was going to ask what size they were.
You should have.
But then I'm not going to receive ill-begotten gains. That's not the way I roll, Joe. You
could have just given them to me or anybody here.
Okay, so I take the stolen merchandise and then give it to you. What do you want to go to jail and prison again?
I'm not going to go to jail from taking your Nikes off your hands.
They weren't my Nikes. They were the people that felt that they deserved them more than the store or anybody else. I'd still like to know. I'm going to find out what happened to that guy, the guy that stole the thing. I'm sure he got, go forth, multiply, and sin no more. Just try not to steal more Nikes. And here's your 9mm back.
I'm sure Nick was like smitten with him, right? The cop? I'm sure she still has his number.
I still do. That was the last part of that story. I know he might be listening, might not. So I do screw up, and the car gets stolen, and the cop shows up right away, Port Authority cop, and big, good-looking guy, and he's doing that cop thing because they got the vest on, so putting their hands in here, doing that thing, and he's taking our statement, and Nick is so mad, and she's crying. I've got video of her on the ground on all fours crying there on the 8th floor of the parking lot. So I said, just try to cheer up a little bit. I've got to go get a rental car. So I run downstairs, go to the rental car thing, get a rental car. And when I come back up, she's a totally different person.
Here's my friend John.
And he was gone at that point, but he did give her a hug.
Okay.
And then I'm like, you don't seem as upset. She goes, oh my God. Whew. That cop was so good looking.
Did you say, have you seen my wedding ring? I seem to have misplaced it.
He stole her heart. I'd like to put out an all-point APB for my wife's heart.
Grand Theft Heart.
Yeah, and then we called him Officer Hunky. I still have his phone number. And I asked him if he wanted to come on the radio. He's like, no.
And now you know the rest of the story.
All right,
I think Nick has his phone number, too.
Oh, okay. You know what? Now you're just trying to cause a problem. Why don't you get back into your burning car? Here comes Nate.
Oh, all right, North 5 through Seattle. It is thick just past the Michigan curve up to the Ship Canal Bridge. So plan on 40 minutes to get through this. South 5 starting to thin down a bit. It's slow from Lake City Way to I-90. Linwood to Seattle's down to a 25-minute commute. Southbound 99 at the south end of the Aurora Bridge. Looks like we've got a new blocking issue because you're bumper-to-bumper approaching the bridge. In Renton, North 405 at the Maple Valley Highway, still dealing with the collision in that HOV lane. You're bumper-to-bumper all the way to I-5 and South Center. South Center to Bellevue is going to take you 35 minutes right now. Seattle to Federal Way is pretty much cleared out already. Just like that, we're down to 25 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia down to a 40-minute commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve. On KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Ever notice how everyone has their own idea of clean?
Yeah, your clean desk still has 3 coffee cups.
Yeah, but clean energy is simple. It means no carbon emissions.
And that's what nuclear energy delivers, while providing steady, reliable electricity.
Those big white clouds above a nuclear power plant? Just water vapor, like warm breath on a cold day.
Nuclear energy provides 10% of Washington's electricity, all without adding carbon to the air.
Learn more at energy-northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Home is more than a place to live. It's where the best of life unfolds, where possibility sparks, where community grows, where lives take shape. At the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties, that belief drives the work our builders, remodelers, and tradespeople do every day. Because when we build more homes, we're building so much more than housing. We're making room for what matters most. Learn more at roomforwhatmatters.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I've been paying twice as much for. I switched because I like the idea of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it.
But my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
At Madrona Financial and CPAs, we believe financial decisions should be made with clarity, not sales pressure. That's why we host weekly educational seminars and live webinars on retirement planning, tax strategies, and rental property decisions, designed to help you think more strategically about your future. Whether you prefer attending in person or joining from home, there's always something coming up. To see our upcoming schedule, visit MadronaFinancial.com. Madrona Financial and CPAs. Informed planning starts here. Madrona Financial Services is an SEC registered investment advisor.
Everyday students stay after school for sports, clubs, and tutoring, many on empty stomachs. Safeway and Champions of Change offer grants for after-school meal programs. Schools must apply by April 8th at championsofchangefoundation.org and click Nourishing Champions.
So Joe is saying one weekend. Go ahead. We don't have anything. You brought in here something fun.
Ella's mom is listening, so we have to be careful what we say.
Okay. Ella's mom texted in, get off your phone.
That's
Ella.
true.
It's fun.
I can't help but check my phone because I'm waiting for her text. That's all.
That involves the show or your own personal life?
Both.
No, there's no both in this.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
What do you mean?
This is, you're here, you're working. What do you mean you both for personal stuff?
She gives me good advice. She
text
soothes
from your
my
mom.
nerves. Yes. My mom, yeah.
Oh, okay. So your mom's texting. That's okay. If mom calls in, I thought you were like texting, like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Oh.
Never. I would never do that.
Okay. Right.
On the clock?
Yeah, fine.
Fair enough.
And your mom also tells you to what? Does she give you also advice about if you're going to be on camera?
She just is supportive. She just loves to mention that I am rather than what to do.
Is she listening right now?
I think she is.
She's watching.
Can I ask you
sure hope
why
so.
somebody your age, what are you like? I'm not good with guessing age.
Okay.
Were you like 47? How old are you?
Just about.
Okay.
I'm 25.
Why radio?
You know, I don't have a good answer for you.
Yeah, because you think it was either radio or selling payphones for a living?
Yeah, and I chose radio, which I'm
fax
starting to
machines.
regret now.
No,
after this.
you don't
Guys.
regret. No, but it's odd to have a 25-year-old person want to be in radio.
But she interned for CBS in London.
TV.
Yes, yeah,
it
but
was
still.
it was TV.
But you like news.
I like news. I like the pace.
What the
I
hell are you
like
doing
the
on this
people.
show?
They told me to come here. I don't know. I'm getting paid at the end of the day.
Oh, okay.
So.
That's all that matters.
This show is a little different.
Yeah. Okay.
The show's great.
All right. So what have you learned in how long have you been here? Like 2 weeks?
Yeah, like maybe 3 weeks now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Add the extra week. It's important.
And KIRO Radio feels like a place of just a beehive of news generating and
Yeah. I think, honestly, what I've learned is that personalities are so strong here, and you just have to be like a really good conversationalist at the end of the day. Like taking the news stories and then turning it into something. Like, I feel like, Joe, you've just taken so many stories that I was like, oh, I would never have like thought about like grabbing that story or something.
See?
Good.
Told you.
Yeah, she told
I'm
you.
good at my
you told
job.
her to say
He's
that.
good. He's good. He's a great mentor.
Right, because
So
what
fun.
happens is that I sit next to Joe and then we come up with a show, And then when I walked away, I gave you guys about 45 minutes to just talk without me sitting there because Joe has to say, look, here, don't do this or do that, or he's going to yell at you.
Yeah, he's warning me about you. I'm really scared right now. I'm actually shaking. But can't make eye contact. I was looking to Joe. Give me some advice.
No,
don't mention the hair.
No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody has their own personality.
Yeah.
So the hard part that you, as a floating producer, as they're known as, that you have to work with, you're going to work with Gia and Ursula. They do certain kinds of shows, certain kind of story. Jake and Spike, same thing. I don't know if you do the Seattle Morning News. That's going to be a lot harder. That's a lot of just straight news on that stuff. And you can't just, come on the radio and just fill 4 minutes talking to somebody that's a float producer which is we're doing right now.
Yeah, we are.
We planned this.
Right, we did the whole thing.
This is so planned.
Yeah. All right, well, look, so do you start on Monday or what, you just, they got to call you?
I hope they call me back.
You must have another job.
I
Because
do
this
have
does
another
not
job.
Pay well.
I won't disclose it, but I do have another job that is sort of.
It's retail. I can tell. Is it retail?
It is retail, but
yeah, that look in your mouth. I saw you throw up in your mouth for a second.
A little bit, yeah.
It's retail.
First retail job.
Does it involve? Okay, let's try to guess. Does it involve people wanting to steal stuff?
I don't.
Is the
think
thing that you're
so.
selling? Can it be worn?
No.
I gotta know, Joe. Well, if it's not worn, then it's eaten. Is it something I can consume with my mouth?
No, I really don't recommend.
You build something.
Do you build with it?
No.
No. Andrew, she's in retail. It's not something you wear, not
Don't
something
wear
you
it,
can
you don't eat it.
It's not
No.
something you build.
Mm-mm.
Can you smoke it?
I mean, you do light it.
Ooh. Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna give it to
Candles,
give it away.
candle shop.
Somewhat, kind of.
All right,
yes.
that's enough.
I knew it.
People are already.
You work at
creeping.
Anthropology, where they have candles made out of like famous people.
No, but that was a good guess. I work near Anthropology.
It's not the Yankee
much.
candle.
Yeah,
Steve.
Yankee candle.
Not the Yankee candle where
No.
guys go in there, they're in their 50s, they think it's going to make them sexier when their whole house smells like a pine tree.
Oh, did you see me in there or something?
Here's Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
All right, North 5 in Seattle. It's thick from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. We're back to 45 minutes through downtown. South 5 slows at 80th to the Convention Center. 25 minutes between Linwood and Seattle. Southbound 99, you're packed from 46 across the Aurora Bridge. You'll clear out of Dexter. Everett to Marysville, right around 20 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, 20 to 25 minutes tops. In Renton, North 405 at the Maple Valley Highway, we're still dealing with a collision in the HOV lane. That's why you're sitting in a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at I-5 in South Center. It's a half hour from South Center to Bellevue. And in Tumwater, got a new crash, South 5 approaching Prosper Road. It's in your right lane, and you're backed up to the 101 interchange. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve on KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Clogged gutters? Not anymore. K-Guard by Guardian keeps leaves out, water flowing, and your home protected year-round. No maintenance, no rust, just lasting peace of mind. Guardian Roofing, the original make-your-roof-last company. Visit guardianroofing.com.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I've been paying twice as much for. I switched because I like the idea of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Trying to figure out assisted living for a parent or a loved one while life keeps moving full speed? It's tough. Hey, it's Spike O'Neill. Here's what I wish someone had told me sooner. Aegis Living. These are luxury communities, resort-style amenities. Voted Best of Western Washington and ranked #1 senior living community in all of America for 2025 by Seniorly. Go to aegisliving.com/spike, schedule a visit, and get a special take-home gift. And when you take the tour, don't be surprised if you turn to whoever's with you and say, this must be the place, because it is. aegisliving.com/spike.
Holy smokes! The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A U.S. fighter jet is shot down by Iran as the war escalates. One crew member has been rescued and a second is missing. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
This is a first since the conflict began. The very latest we're getting out of U.S. officials tonight is that search and rescue is ongoing for that second crew member of the F-15, somewhere deep behind enemy lines in a remote region of Iran. And the downing of that second rescue aircraft due to enemy fire, even though the pilot was safely out of Iranian airspace before ejecting, just speaks to how dangerous this rescue mission is.
CBS News national security analyst Aaron McLean.
They've got a GPS tracker, they've got a beacon, and they've got an encrypted radio. In an ideal situation, they're able to speak on that radio and communicate the details of their circumstances to help coordinate their rescue.
The Pentagon says 365 American service members have been injured as part of U.S. operations against Iran, and the number of deaths stands at 13. The State Department is imposing a dress code for diplomats. CBS's Cammie McCormick with that.
The State Department is requiring its staff to wear business formal attire. A spokesman says no more casual. Dylan Johnson posted that representing the U.S. is an honor, and this policy ensures diplomats project credibility, respect, and the dignity of the nation they serve.
A study finds even occasional heavy drinking takes a toll on the liver. CBS's Michael George.
People who occasionally drink heavily, even if it's only once a month, have a much higher risk of liver disease. A USC study found that occasional heavy drinking triples the likelihood someone will develop liver fibrosis, which affects 1 in 3 adults in the U.S. Heavy drinking is described as having 5 drinks in one day for men or 4 drinks in one day for women.
Amazon is adding a new fee that could impact prices. CBS's Stacey Lynn reports.
The company says it will begin charging third-party sellers a 3.5% fuel surcharge, citing rising energy and shipping costs. Amazon says until now, it's been absorbing those higher prices, but will now tack it on for sellers. They may in turn pass that increase on to you, the customer.
The fee takes effect on April 17th for sellers in the U.S. and Canada. Descendants of Choctaw Code Talkers this week gathered in Fort Worth, Texas. The Code Talkers were 19 Native American soldiers who used their language to transmit encrypted messages during World War I, volunteering before Native Americans were recognized as citizens. Their contributions have been recognized with a historical marker at Fort Worth's Veterans Memorial Park. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Morning.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute.
Y'all came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
On the scene of a fatal fire in Tacoma that's coming up after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
All right, let's see. Everett to Marysville, right around 20 minutes. Got a little backup there near Broadway to get through, and then it's slow again from the Snohomish River up to 529. North 5 through Seattle, still one of our bigger, really the biggest backup out there. It's solid from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal. 45 minutes to get through it. South 5 starting to thin down, but still slow in the U District to the Convention Center. We're less than 25 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Our backup southbound 99 across the Aurora Bridge is thinning out. Our lake bridges are all clear. North 405 in Renton at the Maple Valley Highway, we still have our collision, though, in the HOV lane. That's why you're stacked up bumper to bumper into South Center. So South Center to Bellevue is going to take you a half hour. This backup on 405 has northbound 167 backed up to 180th. Tacoma to Olympia, we're down to 40 minutes. Got a 3-mile backup through JBLM, a 4-mile backup between Lacey and Olympia, and further south in Tumwater, we are already clear. South 5 approaching Trosper Road. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. One person is dead in Tacoma after an apartment fire that happened just before 8 this morning. Catherine woke up to the alert, says firefighters evacuated the complex.
I could smell the smoke from inside, but nothing was really apparent on the outside until a bit later when smoke started coming out of the top floor.
Crews said that fire apparently started in a third-floor apartment, then damaged one below. No word yet on what caused it. Now to Skagit County, where investigators have made a troubling discovery.
Fighting back tears and anger and all of the above.
That is Chief Olivia Cole with Skagit County Fire. She says they've recovered at least 20 dead canines that have washed ashore on Guaymas Island since last week. Sheriff's Lieutenant Jeff Willard tells KIRO 7 TV.
It looks like, since they were all washing up kind of together, that may have been dumped all together.
And he says those remains did show signs of intentional harm done. Autopsies are now being conducted. Continuing to watch the price of gas rise across the state, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey says the latest fuel prices for boats are also rising, driving up the cost of seafood.
Gas Buddy petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan says commercial fisheries up and down the coast and Puget Sound are being impacted by rising costs of diesel, marine oil, or bunker oil. Bad news for seafood lovers, especially with Copper River salmon season right around the corner in mid-May.
If anyone ever knows that's owned a boat, you don't get a break on diesel, right? At the marina, the harbor, it could be even closer to $10 a gallon at some of those places.
Jet fuel prices are also up 100%. JetBlue and United have raised baggage fees to help offset those costs. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
New report looking at some of the most expensive cities to rent in the Seattle area. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon.
Zumper looked at the median costs for one bedroom in different areas over the past year. Bellevue and Redmond lead the way, followed by Bothell and Seattle. But what about the bottom of the list, the cheapest places to rent? Well, at the top there is Wenatchee, followed by Lakewood, Auburn, and Oak Harbor.
Median one-bedroom apartments in Bellevue, $2,380 to rent. Now to your forecast, looking at increasing sunshine for this weekend, and temperatures also steadily on the rise. We'll see low 60s tomorrow, mid to upper 60s on Sunday. Right now, 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Hey, John. Have you heard of shungite? Shungite. 2 billion-year-old rock that prevents unwanted frequencies? No, not Suge Knight. I think he's in jail. True. Shungite. So anyways, I bought a whole bunch of this stuff and put it around the La Casa. That's my story.
Get all that? What's that about?
Shungite is a rare carbon-based mineraloid primarily found in Russia, known for its high concentration of fullerenes, a molecular carbon, and reported properties of water purification and EMF protection. It's used in raw or polished forms to create healing elixirs, wear as jewelry, or shield against electronic frequencies.
Okay. How's that hummus and crackers going down there?
Delicious.
Diving into the... All right, here we go. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. If Aaron didn't tell you, I'll tell you. 1-888-973-5476. Teeny Tiny's got the letter of the day. Coming up, I'm assuming it's Paul and Sammamish. We shall see. They got a little side action going on. That's his side piece. It's teeny. Teeny side piece. What is this? I quote, I'm kind of creeped out that they found your number. Close quote. Teacher gives negative review to ritzy Japanese restaurant in Dallas that comes with a threat. Now, this isn't the one about the person that took out a hit on somebody, wanted to kill somebody because of a bad review.
Yeah, no, that was a tool dealer that is a third-party seller on Amazon, and they somebody left a poor review for them, so they hired a contract killer to take this person out.
Because of the review?
Yes.
And how'd that work out? Did it work out?
No, the cops were tipped off, and they found out about whoever they had contracted to do the hit, they were not a reliable killer.
Yeah.
And they told the cops instead.
There's a website up. I don't know if it's still there or not. HireAHitman.com.
Yeah.
And people go to it and like, I'm really mad at my husband, and can you come kill him? And then they just go right and they just go arrest the people.
Yeah, it's an FBI website. They're like, let's see if this works. Maybe we'll catch
Apparently you get them. So here is the sushi restaurant in Dallas taking the legal action against the TikToker after the honest bad review.
A restaurant in Dallas is threatening legal action against me. 2 days ago, if you watched, I posted an honest review of me trying Domodomo's takeout box on Uber Eats. And I gave an honest opinion of what happened to me after I ate it. And so after I didn't respond because of...
Okay, there's 37 seconds left. Take bets. I haven't heard it. Will she say the word literally? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Well, you've already heard it. You can't bet.
I actually haven't.
You haven't heard it. Don't say anything. Elle, don't say anything. Yes or no?
I usually say yes, but I'll say no this time.
Okay, you're going to know on the word literally.
Yes.
Nate's not listening.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. 37 seconds.
I'm a teacher and I'm busy all day. My problem with all of this is that they never try to make anything better. Like, if they would have reached out to me in the beginning and was like, we're so sorry, we would love for you to try us again and give us another shot, I would have been open to it. Or if they were like, we're sorry, just said sorry, would have taken it. To me, it's giving their silencing a small creator. I have 400 followers. Not a big deal. I'm a nobody, okay? It has 13,000 views. It's not viral. And because they just sent me this email, it's like, it makes me want to make another video. Because you could have just said sorry and I would have deleted it.
Oh,
so many opportunities.
Oh, she held back. Oh. She held back. There was at least 7 literallys that could have been filling that time.
Her inflection was perfect for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gee.
Well, she's a teacher.
It's true.
So maybe things have changed a little bit. I told you the time I took Charlie out to dinner once, I put $100 on the table, $1 bills. And she was doing literallys and you knows, which I can't stand. You know, like, I'm like, you know, and literally. So I said, Charlie, we're going to sit down and have dinner. She was 17 at the time. I said, I'll tell you what, every time you say literally or you know, I'm going to take $1 away. And there's Barry sitting right there. And she needed the money. And so we start to have dinner. And, so you like, So I'm sitting there with her, and I ask her how school's going, and she launches into a story. boom. $5 I take off the thing. I get a literally and a a couple of them in there. So I just took it away. Come on, no, seriously. I said, sure, it's fine. You can control it. Just pause, say nothing, find another word other than those. Okay. How's your food? And she starts to talk about her food, and we get right, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. A couple of literallys in there, a couple of in there. Whoosh, pull more away. I take $40 off the pile, and at this point, she is weeping.
Oh.
And this is not fair. I said, Charlie, I'm doing you a huge favor. You've got $60 left. All you got to do, she goes, is just stop talking. I said, no, you can stop talking if you'd like, but you could just break this habit.
Well, she wouldn't have had any money on the table at all if she didn't use literally in your nose. So they kind of worked in her favor. I'm sure you would have tortured her with some other.
She doesn't do. Now when you talk to her, it's all assimilation because all of her friends were doing literallys and and that stuff. My dad broke us of because every time we'd say my father would say. Like was a big thing. We were there. Like, we came back to the store and we're like, and every time I'd say like at the dinner table, I'd say, so like I went to my bang, like an idiot. And they'd be like, excuse me? Go ahead. Okay. So I picked up Schmitty the other day and he's standing there like, bang, like an idiot. And I'm like, what? What? Who? What? Schmitty? No. Go ahead. Every time we got a like out there, boom, his hand goes down on the table. Like an idiot!
Sounds like your dad.
Got over it. No likes. Reviews can and should have an effect upon the business. The business normally responds. I do a lot of work with Lash there at the Thai restaurant because occasionally somebody comes in, doesn't have the best experience with Lash. So then Lash sends me the reviews and then says, hey, why don't you, fix this one off for me? They seem pretty upset. Get them to, talk, figure them out because they're really bombing me on this thing. Like, oh, God, Lash. Okay, so I'll write back. All right, this is what. No. Put it in my words. Make it seem like it's coming from me. So then I write Lash's responses to bad reviews at his Thai restaurant.
In the hopes that they remove them?
Just to respond. I said, Lash, if you don't respond, then you are guilty. I know who these people are. They came in, they did this and that. They were, horrible people. Blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, it doesn't matter whether horrible people or not. You can't leave it up. So I will, So then he sent me one a couple of weeks ago. Hey, fix this one for me. I said, well, what did you do to these people? Why are they so mad? We were busy. I told them, sit down. And, I said something to them in Irish. And I gave them a little something. People come in for that. I'm like, they come in to get a little Irish, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. Really? So I'll write back, sorry about that, very, very busy, and, give you a little bit of Irish. He's like, Lash says, good, that's good. So he's right now in Thailand getting a hernia operation. So I haven't had to respond to any of his bad reviews. Like, why is this my job? I got a better idea. Stop being mean to the customers.
I think you should start there. But there's a whole ecosystem now. Google has where people, because there are review bombers that essentially they'll never step foot in your restaurant and they'll say, okay, I went to Lash's Irish place and it was awful and he was mean to me and he yelled at me and he did the Irish thing and you should never go there. And then they'll come in and say, hey, for a couple $100, I will remove the review. And so Google has now set up a whole ecosystem where you can report that if you don't think the person ever came in. But it's big business.
Yelp does that stuff. Yeah. I've talked to businesses where Yelp says you advertise with us, and we're not going to advertise with you or something. But someone you give them a bad review, and then Yelp will come back and go, we can make the review go away if you do this and that. That doesn't seem legal.
No, that's mob style.
I have only written one review of my entire life. I don't really necessarily care much about food. I've only sent food back once at the Olive Garden. I never sent food back anywhere, but I couldn't eat it. But this wasn't the Olive Garden. where they do have unlimited breadsticks. This is at a different place. Now, this happened, I've read this once on the air after I got food poisoning. So this was November 22nd. I wrote the review while I was on the plane flying back from Boston. So I flew to Boston, got in a car, rented a car, and drove to New Hampshire. And as soon as I got on the bus, it was taking me from the airport to the rental car place. This food poisoning hit me. So I decided on the way home I would write a review because I was so mad at them. I spent the entire 48 hours on the floor of the Holiday Inn, and I was unable to go to the auction. They flew me in to do the auction. I couldn't do the auction. I was so sick. All the way to Boston, slept on the floor, threw up everywhere, all the other gross stuff that goes with food poisoning. And then I got in the rental car, drove back to the airport in Boston, and flew back home. That was
Didn't
my
you go to the
weekend.
hospital at one point?
I had to go to the hospital, but that's in the letter. Okay, here's my review. And by the way, I did call the Washington State Board of Health or King County Board of Health and said, go check that place out. Yeah, okay, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. They never did. I know they never did.
How do you?
Because I looked online to see if any reports of anything. They didn't do anything. So I wrote this. It's at the bottom of their reviews. We did find it. It's still there.
Yep.
Here we go. And the music there, Andrew. Hip hop. I ordered your Jimmy Fallon salad on the 22nd of February at 8:30 p.m. 6 hours later, the vomiting began. Now, maybe that's my fault. I've never eaten at your fine establishment before. Perhaps I should have asked your staff to hold the listeria. My bad. For the next 18 hours, I expelled every toxic piece of pineapple, avocado, and chicken you so lovingly plopped onto the compostable bowl. With every muscle-racking purge, I cursed your salad. The cashier's voice echoing in my feverish head, will that be all? Oh no, there will be more. Loads more. I even drove myself to the hospital seeking medical attention. There was not much they could do to combat your Jimmy Fallon salad. The nurse stuck me with an IV needle and asked where I had eaten. I told her, and she just shook her head and gave me that look like, well, that's your own damn fault. With my newly minted hospital bracelet, see photo below, still attached to my wrist, I returned to the bathroom floor of the Holiday Inn, room 318, and I will spare you, dear readers, the voiding of the bowels episode and the apparently that all came no extra charge with your Jimmy Chally Fallon salad. 1 star for you evergreens. And my generous 1 star is because I got to pay down some of my medical deductible at the hospital. Good day, sir. And then they responded. Hi, John. Truly sorry to hear about your experience. Hope you're feeling better. You know, foodborne illnesses typically have a delayed onset, so it's important to consider everything eaten in the past 24 to 40 hours when identifying potential causes. While no other guests have reported similar concerns, I'll take your feedback seriously. Please reach out to us directly through your contact form shared below. We'd like to learn more and work with you to make this right. Your well-being is important to us, and we'd love to have a chance to resolve this. We're resolving it.
Do you think the shared below was like a little hit, a little knock on your review?
Please reach out to us directly through our contact form shared below.
You said, see my hospital bracelet shared below.
Yes.
They're mocking you.
I don't think so. I think they probably write that in there. That's the first time and the only time I've ever had food poisoning. And anybody that's ever had it, now when people are like, "Oh, did you hear? What happened? Where were you?" "Oh, I had food." I'm immediately sympathetic. It should be a food poisoning weekly club that people go to.
Did you consider other sources of your listeria?
I had eaten nothing that entire day. That was it. It was like the roller coaster pulled up, and no one else got on the roller coaster. I was the only guy on that roller coaster. No one else. Just for some reason, I was the only person on that food-borne illness roller coaster that was twists and turns every direction I could possibly go.
Did they really call it a Jimmy Fallon salad?
I think so. I might have changed it just to protect the innocent.
Okay.
But when I bought it, I was like, "This is very good." I'm very conscious. I'm very healthy. I think I'm going to have something very healthy because I'm going to be on the plane for a while, and then that's what happened. And by the way, I deserve some sort of an award. Maybe at my funeral, somebody might want to mention this. While on the bus, on the Avis bus that was stopping every 14 feet for some other person to get on with a giant piece of luggage, to the point where you couldn't get another human being into this bus. We were packed. People turning sideways, and the bags are all over the place. And I'm in the back, all the way in the back corner, and I've got my hand out the window because I remember a nun telling me if you get cold air on your wrist, it helps you stop, not vomit. And that didn't work. So then I take my shoe off, okay? I take my boot off. I got a boot. And I am sitting there in the back of the bus like this with my boot ready to vomit into my own boot as opposed to having everybody, enjoy the chimichurri sandwich or whatever, salad, whatever it was. So I'm sitting in the back of the bus like this.
With your arm out the window?
Yeah, and then I got the spitties going on, like, you get that spitty.
Like an idiot?
Yeah, exactly. Just sitting there. You get the saliva going, you get the spitty mouth. I'm sure the guy sitting next to you, like, what's wrong with that guy? Sir, this is for your own good. Oh, my gosh.
Did your boot stink?
Nate,
that would have added. Oh, really?
It did that. Nothing could have stopped what was about to come. Here comes Nate.
North 5 through Everett is thinning out. We're still a little slow heading into Marysville, starting just past the Snohomish River. Bellevue to Everett and Seattle to Everett are both looking real good right now, taking you both right around 35 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, we're at 20 minutes. We've got a little backup that has formed up there in Linwood starting at 405, but you'll clear at 44th. I'm not seeing any blocking issues, so I'm going to credit this to sun glare. Your next backup is from the U District in the downtown. North 5, we're thick from the Michigan Curve to I-90, where we have a new crash blocking your right lane, and then another backup from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge, all added up, 40 minutes through downtown. Westbound 520, you're going to jam up at Montlake. In Renton, we still have this collision, North 405 at the Maple Valley Highway. It's in that HOV lane. You're backed up in the South Center, bumper to bumper, and South Center to Bellevue is going to take you a half hour. This has northbound 167 slow from 180th up to 405. And Tacoma to Olympia, we're down to just a 40-minute trip. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve on KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Welcome to this week's Puget Sound Express Whale Report. According to Puget Sound Express naturalists, the Salish Sea is buzzing right now with Biggs orcas. These apex predators are on the prowl for seals, sea lions, and porpoises. In the past week alone, tours observed more than half a dozen different orca families in action. Also, migrating sounder gray whales have been feeding in social groupings near Whidbey Island before resuming their journey to Alaska. Plus, humpback whales are starting to arrive as well. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers daily guaranteed whale watching tours departing from Edmonds. These half-day tours are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Puget Sound Express also offers tours out of beautiful Port Townsend on the Olympic Peninsula. Orcas, gray whales, humpbacks, and so much more. Don't miss out on your chance to see whales in the wild. Family-run Puget Sound Express guarantees you'll see whales or your next trip is absolutely free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Kids. KARS, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof inspected. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we'll help it last as long as possible. Our trained and licensed crew will evaluate your roof, repairing when we can and offering replacement options only when necessary. Plus, every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit GuardianRoofing.com today.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
For some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. An American service member is missing in Iran tonight after their fighter jet took on enemy fire. CBS's Charlie D'Agata has the latest.
The fighter jet is believed to have gone down in a remote and mountainous region of a southwestern province, hundreds of miles south of the Iranian capital of Tehran. On state television, the Iranian regime announced a bounty on the crew, with a local businessman offering a $50,000 reward to anyone who captures crew members alive.
A second crew member did survive the attack and was taken to safety, but a second plane was shot down during that rescue mission. That pilot safely ejected and was also rescued. Sound Transit is asking the public to weigh in as the agency looks to close a $34.5 billion funding shortfall. KIRO Newsradio's Chris Sullivan says the budget gap is threatening planned light rail extension.
We haven't even started
on ST3, which we voted on in 2016, which was $54 billion. Now it's 85 to maybe over $100 billion total.
Agency launched an online survey to get public feedback as it considers scaling back some ST3 projects. Find a link to that survey on mynorthwest.com. Next time you need to fill up, maybe go to a tribal gas station. Prices are cheaper there because tribes get both federal and state tax breaks on fuel. The Tulalip tribes, Tanya Burns tells KIRO 7 TV it gives them more purchasing power.
Smart buying, and we have flexibility and strong supplier relationships.
And the cost differences can be significant, sometimes 40 to 50 cents cheaper per gallon compared to non-tribal stations. Well, we've all likely had our email malfunction at some point. Now imagine that happening in outer space.
Outlook not responding. NASA can empathize. GeekWire reports that Commander Reed Wiseman needed some earthbound tech support when his email wasn't working on his Microsoft Surface Pro. A Blue Sky user captured the exchange.
Yeah, go for it. And then I also see that I have 2 Microsoft Outlooks, and neither one of those are working. If you want to remote in and check Optimus and those 2 Outlooks, that would be awesome.
Rest assured, Artemis's primary flight systems run on separate hardware. Houston fixed the problem. About an hour later, jumping in remotely, all systems go. John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
And now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All righty, Everett to Marysville, less than 15 minutes now, actually closer to 10. We're still a little crowded between the Snohomish River and 529. Linwood to Seattle, just a 20-minute commute. We've got this brief backup in Linwood starting at 405 down to 44th, and then you'll clear out right away. And then your next backup isn't until you hit the U District, and that flows into downtown. North 5, we're thick at the Michigan Curve, past I-90, again from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge. We did clear our crash at I-90, so that opens up a lane there. It's 40 minutes, though, to get through these backups. Westbound 520 jams up at Montlake over to I-5. In Renton, we still have this long-term crash north 405 at the Maple Valley Highway. It's in the HOV lane. I'm seeing tows on scene now, starting to take some vehicles away, so this should hopefully clear up pretty soon. Meanwhile, you're bumper to bumper in the South Center. It's a half hour from South Center to Bellevue, and this has northbound 167 backed up approaching 405. Tacoma to Olympia, plan on 40 minutes. Still got about a 3-mile thick backup through JBLM, and just scattered backups now between Lacey and Olympia. Everywhere else, we are clearing out real quick at this point. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
To your forecast now, some clearing into Saturday, dry weather and more sunshine, warmer days on Sunday and Monday. Could see some low 70s possibly. Right now, 59 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, Andrew, we'll be getting you back for leaving the camera on me. Teeny, if you'd spin the wheel. And there are all the names of all the players. I wonder who it's going to land on. Stop it. Teeny, can you stop it right there? Stop it right there. Oh, it lands on Andrew. What do you know, Andrew? You got a...
What do you know? How about that?
What do you know? How do you like them apples?
Let me think. So I think I'm just going to go with an egg scramble. So you saute whatever vegetables you want.
Mm-hmm.
You scramble eggs that you want. You mix them together.
Yeah.
Bacon, hashes on the
Ooh,
side.
bacon. Wow, look
All
at you.
done.
Going crazy.
How many eggs do you think you normally use?
Well, for one person?
Yeah, for yourself.
At least 2, maybe 3 if I want some extra. Ooh. But that's, of course, with Wilcox Family Farm eggs.
There we go.
Will you be putting any peeps on top? It's Easter weekend.
Oh, gosh, no.
By the way, it is Easter. If you are dyeing eggs, I highly recommend that you use the Wilcox Family Farm eggs for that.
Yum!
Thank you, Teeny.
It's also Passover, don't forget.
I'm sorry, and Passover. And then, of course, Passover, and you you get your unleavened bread there. You get your...
It goes, Wilcox Family Farm eggs go great on some matzah.
They do?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
And it's Good Friday.
Is that the Seder as well? Where you got your pestilence, you got your frogs, you got your thing. You stick your hand in the thing.
Yeah, all that.
Do you set this? And you're still setting this place for? Who's the prophet that never shows up?
Oh, come on, Aaron.
Is it Elijah? Elijah would be the correct answer.
My rabbi would be.
Yes.
Elijah.
I'll take.
Yeah.
Are we sure
People
about
that forgot everything after their bar mitzvah for 200, please. Elijah was the prophet. Yes. Elijah.
You ever heard the joke, by the way, about how do you get a rat to get out of a synagogue?
No.
You give him a bar mitzvah.
Oh.
Never come back.
On Passover, Aaron. Come on. That ain't right.
Sorry.
I don't get the joke.
Jewish guy. After you have your bar mitzvah, you never go back. That's what they say. Thank you, Nate.
You're killing it now. Nate.
That's
awesome. You got another one for Nate? You're on a roll.
No.
Come on. It's
an
easy mark, obviously. No, okay. Well, we are going to talk about Easter for a moment.
Nice.
There's a guy named Chris Bledsoe who was he had Crohn's colitis disease condition. And then something in 2007, I think he's out fishing. And then he sees orbs flying around him. And as he tells the story, he checks out for 4 hours. Was he with other people? Did they pick him up and take him away?
I don't know.
He just experiences it. Well, okay. Oh, he talks about it. Hold on. Here, hang on. Here we go.
Have you heard of this prediction that something is going to happen this Easter Sunday? So you've probably heard of Chris Bledsoe, but if you haven't, this is his story. In 2007, he was on the banks of the Cape Fear River in North Carolina when he had an encounter with orbs, glowing beings, and a UFO. Chris lost about 4 hours of time that day and came out with his severe Crohn's disease mysteriously gone.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, there's more.
NASA, the CIA, and even the Vatican went on to investigate him about his abduction experience. Then in 2012, Chris had a vision. A being that he calls the Lady appeared to him and told him that on Easter Sunday 2026, something would happen. When the blue star Regulus in the constellation of Leo...
Okay, check those two. We got Blue Star and Regulus.
Working on it.
Is that
Blue Star, Regulus?
Aren't they opening for REM? Hang on. Are they in the...
This is important.
Okay, hang on. We're waiting to find out. We're going to make sure they're in the right spot. Because he says on the 2026, on Easter, something big is going to happen.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Keep going. Gee whiz, hang on.
That on Easter Sunday 2026, something would happen. When the blue star Regulus in the constellation of Leo aligns with the Great Sphinx in Egypt, just before dawn and appears red, a new knowledge would come to the world. That aliens will reveal themselves and humanity will change forever. She also told him that this would happen in a time when Israel and Iran were exchanging missiles, and that when that happens, orbs will rise up out of the ocean to stop the conflict. Bledsoe told this to his contacts in the government almost 15 years ago. And look what's happening now. And what's really interesting is that the Space Force has a logo, this one right here, depicting
We're doing radio here, we can't see it.
And a bright star above it. Is this depicting the event that the lady told Chris about? Now, this is real. It was created in 2022 as part of the intelligence unit Space Delta 18 at Wright-Patterson, arguably the most UFO-connected military base in American history. And it's also been reported that government remote viewers were tasked with looking at this date. So what do they know that we don't?
Okay.
This is everything this is all lining up with what our psychics told us on New Year's Eve 2025.
Many earthquakes are going to happen all around the Pacific Rim. I mean, literally all around, but there's going to be two major earthquakes that are going to happen in the Middle East. And people are going to say, oh, it's God's revenge and this and that, but it's nothing more than just earthquakes. But there's two of them that are going to be really big that are going to happen in the Middle East.
Okay, we had a 5.8 in Afghanistan today in Pakistan, killing 8 Afghanistans. I don't think that would qualify as a major big one, but it's certainly significant. Maybe a precursor.
Here's what they said about we got all these predictions just before the beginning of the new year when they talk about March.
In March, there seemed to be a lot of sadness. I got the sorrow cards, and that's telling me there's going to be a lot of either things that we're not really happy about, or it could mean as far as on the world stage, there's some leaders that pass away, or some things that you don't really want to go that are going to go by the wayside. So there's going to be a lot of sorrow, I think, in March that we're going to have to deal with.
Ayatollah's gone. We got elementary schools decimated. We got
Lots and lots of change in business.
Yeah.
Bitcoin type of currencies are going to be more prominent, take the stage, but they're also going to show some pretty good sized losses. The economy is going to tank a little bit until probably around June.
Psychic Spectrum. These are two friends. These are
Skip and Sharon.
Yeah, the husband and wife. He died in a motorcycle accident and came back to life. I think he died twice. Once there on the road, then once on the way to the hospital. Then they bring him back, and then he has the ability to see into the future. And she uses tarot cards and stuff. So, and Joe pointed out, it looked like, hey, they've been hitting on a lot of this stuff. They said, okay, here's what we have to look forward to in June.
Big changes in June. July, we'll understand why. And September, it'll all just kind of stop or slow down, and we're going to wonder what's going on. But we got to just go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Okay.
Hit that last one. Might as well.
Pope Leo.
Pope Leo.
Yeah.
He's going to bring all the major religions together, like on a big event, and then he's going to reveal that the metaphysical fits in with their teachings. And it's kind of like offering an olive branch to the things that we do.
Oh, okay. All right. Look for olive branch coming from Pope Leo.
And aliens on Sunday.
What are you supposed to do with the aliens?
I don't know.
All right. Well, set a table for him, just like Elijah. Have a seat there for him.
Make him some Wilcox Family Farm eggs.
Nice, Nate.
Yum!
How many syllables in eggs?
3.
Thank you. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
In Renton, after 90 minutes, we just cleared that collision north 405 at the Maple Valley Highway. We're backed up from I-5 in South Center still into the S-curve. So obviously we're going to thin out from the north end, working our way back. South Center to Bellevue has improved just a bit to 25 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, still a 20-minute trip. Little back up there in Linwood, and then you're clear at 44th until you hit the U District, closer to Northeast 50th now in the downtown. North 5 still jam-packed right around that Michigan curve past I-90. You'll catch a little breather through the heart of downtown, and then it packed again from Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge. Still about 40 minutes through downtown. Tacoma to Olympia down to 35 minutes. And a heads up, both directions of State Route 99 will close overnight at Seattle's downtown tunnel. It's time for another regular checkup, and the closures from 10 p.m. through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. This report brought to you by Seattle Mariners. It's Ichiro Replica Statue Night, Friday, April 10th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Owie, wowie.
What's with the
water heater's worn out?
Way less hot water?
Takes a lot longer, too.
Sounds like a goner.
Worst of all?
What?
Wasn't planning on it.
We can help.
Apollo Plumbing.
Ready right now to get you
in hot water.
Same day.
Not this day. My budget.
How about with easy payments?
How much easy?
Around $50 a month with approved credit.
A new water heater?
50 gallons of 100% ultimate hot water delight.
For about $50 a month.
51, 52 to be precise.
And you can do it
today, if that's what you need.
Is it ever?
Apollo installs new ones with code upgrades.
Can't beat that.
Actually, I can.
What?
Your same-day water heater replacement includes Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Which means?
Apollo Plumbing covers your new water heater for life.
You mean should it ever wear out?
Apollo Plumbing replaces it free.
And if it needs service?
Service is included for our A-list members.
Wow!
Your new water heater is ready
right now
at ApolloPlumbing.com.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I'd been paying twice as much for. I switched because I like the idea of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising! After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Many financial plans include some level of tax awareness. When retirement begins, considering taxes isn't enough. One overlooked tax decision can quietly cost families thousands over time. At Madrona Financial and CPAs, your plan isn't built around products. It's built around coordination. Licensed CPAs and experienced advisors working together, aligning investments, retirement income, and intergenerational planning using tax-efficient strategies. Madrona Financial and CPAs. Planning built on credentials. Madrona Financial Services is an SEC-registered investment advisor.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
All righty, I believe Hudson's got a song for us. That'd be nice to hear at this point. Yes? As you can see.
That's plenty.
Okay. Wow. Cut them off.
We're all
right, here we go. We'll get the letter of the day. First, take care of all the rest. Joe.
Dennis in Seattle says, Joseph, give me Barabbas. Pramila J. Paul. Be quiet. I'm trying to watch my stories. Brought to you by Folgers Coffee.
There we are. Bill in Marysville says, I was only gone for 4 days. Is this the 700 Club?
Jeez, Andrew. President Buckley says, if you guys don't have Matt being fired from the Wolf on here, then it ain't all the news. What the heck?
Joe, you want to fill that in?
Yes, Matt was fired from the Wolf, let go as part of a mass layoff at Odyssey. The company sucks. They filed for bankruptcy about 2 years ago. Now they're being run by a hedge fund. They're beholden to their stockholders. So basically every major market show that wasn't in the top 5 got axed on Monday or Tuesday.
Oof, brutal.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Okay. Doug in Mount Vernon says, Nick, you can't die now. We still have another year of longevity medical clinic ads.
And social media posts, apparently.
Yes.
Benny the Tugboat Expert says, in regards to the moonwalk being fake, all I have to say is that 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. It would take a conspiracy of massive proportions. So I agree with Tyson. You're a fool if you believe it.
There you are. Okay. B in Puyallup says, it's all for nothing. At worst, only 12,466 more days.
I think he's got a death calendar like yours.
Oh, okay.
Bill in the 360 says, John, watching the local morning news weather forecast, and the weather people put a hopping bunny or colored Easter egg on the Sunday weather. Imagine the freak out if they put Jesus on the Sunday forecast.
RC in Edmond says, did I hear black helicopters hovering over the rabbit hole?
Probably. Carla says, I love you guys. I laugh so much, and I need that. Between Nate, John, you, Joe, the car ribbing with Nate was hilarious. Love you guys. Thank you, and have a great Easter weekend.
Thank you, Carla. Carla's a big fan.
Yes. Love Carla.
Joe, where do you get the oversized T-shirts from?
That's a good question. I actually texted my wife. I think it's, hang on, hold please.
From an Oakland Raiders fan?
No, Uniqlo. Ella knows. On your monologue, Sharon the Scrabble Savant says, you're not done yet. 3-time cancer survivor here. First diagnosis at 28. Some miserable times, but I'm now 65 and have a granddaughter. Life is precious, and my son and grandchild are worth pushing through for.
There you go. Jenna in Olympia says, I love that, John. Thanks for sharing.
206 says, Aristotle, Confucius, Descartes, and Curley. These lovers of wisdom span ancient, medieval, and modern traditions, covering areas from ethics to metaphysics and political philosophy. Among these giants of reasoning, only Curley could employ critical thinking and explore concept topics while rowing around a pond in eastern Washington dressed as Evel Knievel. Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
I think that's all up at Instagram,
That should have been the letter of the day. Yes, it is.
Sorry, Teeny.
There's another good one coming, by the way. You guys were busy. This is from Paul and Sammamish. That might have been 2. He says, aliens breeding with humans. On May 16th, 1979, a UFO was spotted hovering above the ground in Lakewood, California. Approximately 9 months later, Joe Wallace was born. Coincidence? I don't think so. He actually did that research, by the way. True story.
What's true?
The UFO sighting in Lakewood.
How about you?
I was born 9 months later.
And the radio.
All right. We got another hour of this. Let's go over to Nate who's checking traffic for us.
Yes,
Nate.
South Center to Bellevue. Now less than a half hour. Just brief backups through the Renton S curves as we are quickly recovering after we cleared that long-term collision there up near the Maple Valley Highway. Bellevue to Renton, less than 20 minutes. Linwood to Seattle still hanging on at 20 minutes. Got that brief backup in Linwood, which I'm crediting to sun glare. And then your next backup is approaching the Ship Canal Bridge now into downtown. North 5 still jam-packed just around the Michigan curve past I-90. Again, from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge, we're down to a half hour, though, through downtown. Tacoma to Olympia, 35 minutes. Still got a little backup at JBLM and scattered backups as you head into Olympia. And a reminder, the downtown tunnel here in Seattle closes overnight from 10 p.m. through 6 a.m. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Congratulations to KIRO News Radio's Charlie Harger and digital content producer Patrick Janasek, nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award for investigative reporting.
It began with a question from the community. It seemed almost too stunning to be true.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the only radio station nominated for the prestigious Emmy Award as part of our commitment to impactful storytelling across every platform, reaching into the communities we serve. On KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got 3 options. Number 1, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
April is a great time to grow your connection to nature. From native fir trees in your backyard to a thriving patch of flowers or a walk through your local arboretum, Sky Nursery supports your gardening journey with quality plants, supplies, and local knowledge. Visit skynursery.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What do the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What they do? They give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.